Here we go, a chance over to the near side. We're going to have to replay this horn. Down low to the near side they go, battling for possession. Zaka in the offensive end, going to be over there to middle stat, over to Zaka. Zaka, he shoots, he scores! That's a trick! Didn't have to go, face off, and the gloves drop immediately. We got a fight breaking out here. Kostelic getting some punches up against Sam Carrick. They're right at the center ice. Going to be a big shot and a big win by Mark Kostelic, as he gets ripped down by Carrick after the fight. That's going to be an added penalty. That's going to be a game misconduct, I think, for Carrick. And the Devils are going to clear that zone over to the near side. Here comes Heischer on a chance. A shot denied. Rebound shot. What a save by Carter Hart. Waiting for it is, I believe it's going to be, it's not going to be Marner in front of the net. Here comes a chance. A shot. He scores! This is going to be Paul Cotter on the first shootout. Taking it in towards the net. Going to make a shot. Deflected by Carter Hart. Jesper Bratt moving in. He takes a shot. He scores! Jesper Bratt gets the first goal of the shootout. The Devils have a 1-0 advantage. Here we go. Mark Stone. No attempts this season on the shootout. Here's his first. Moving into the near side, over to the far. He shoots and it's gloved by Jake Allen. Mitch Marner, ready to go. Taking it in from the near side. Working around with speed to the far. He goes and he scores! Oh no, did he double shoot it? Yeah, it's correct. Gloves immediately coming off. We got a fight right here at the beginning. Who is that? Is Zadorov and number 47, that's Struble, going at it right at the opening whistle. And here we go, Zadorov laying a couple of fists, and it's going to be back against the boards on the near side. A couple of fists going either direction. Still clinging on to each other over on the far side. Now they're all the way back into the Bruins offensive end. Still on their feet, still laying punches. Helmet comes off of Struble, and still laying some punches to Zadorov. And now Struble trying to get back in this fight, but Zadorov is absolutely dominating it, and they break it up on the boards. Up to the top of the zone, over to Mantha, intercepted, and here comes a breakaway chance for the Flames. He shoots, he scores. Connor Zary getting the first goal of the game on a breakaway after an interception. There's the goal horn. There it is. I was wondering when that was going to proc. But yeah. Gonna take the draw and gonna be won by the Pens. That's gonna be Kindle. Up to the near side to Shea. Shea working down low. Gonna try and take it behind the net. Trying to create some room. Over to the far side. To the top of the zone. Over to St. Ivan. He sends a shot. Deflected. Oh, I thought that was in the net. It went over to the far side. Battling down low in front of chance. A shot. He's gone!
He will not be denied twice. He will not be denied twice.
Bill Quaven, let's freaking go. That's how you do it, my boy. Passing back over to Novak. Novak taking it around over to the far side. Going to try and connect with Chinikov if he can. But here we go. Oh, boy. Here we go over to the near side. Carlson passing across. A chance. A shot. He's done. Let's win. Let's freaking go, baby.
Yes.
The kid
Took it on his
took it
on his shoulder and said, "Let me just clear this one."
That is how you do it. Send the kid clearing the Penguins bench. Let's let that horn sing, baby. That is how you do it. The Pens pulling a comeback win off and not blowing it. That is how you freaking do it. That is how the Pittsburgh Mother-Loving Penguins do it. If they keep playing like this, we'll be covering Penguins hockey late into the summer. Let's go! The Pittsburgh Mother-Loving Penguins getting a big overtime goal. Ready to roll. Face off in the Pens offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Red Wings. Sider along the far side boards. Up through the far side. Battling into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Pens to the near side. Here comes Crosby. Looking to pass it across. Ice, a chance. A shot. He's gone! Ross! Front of the net, working with that puck, clearing it out at Kindle. A chance, a breakaway. He shoots. He scores! Igor Chinikov getting his first goal as a Penguin. Let's go, baby! 2-0 Penguins. Woo! Let's go! That is how you freaking do it. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of JasonsRealm here today, bringing you live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the LA Kings going to Philadelphia to take on the Flyers. How we doing, everybody? Should be a fun game here today, for sure. Real quick, let me go ahead and close out a couple of excess tabs that I do not need, so we can focus more on today's matchup. I'll go ahead and pull it up real quick. Our starting goalies are going to be Darcy Kuemper for the Kings and Dan Vladar for the Flyers. So it should be a fun one. It's a large slate of games today as well. Let me double check how large this slate is real quick. Yeah, we got 14 games on deck for today. So almost every team in the league going to be playing on back-to-back days, or at least 2 games within 3 days. So they all played except for 2 on Thursday. But it should be a fun one here. Should be a fun one here. Again, big game, big implications on both sides, because both of these teams are on the outside looking in. Granted, this is, I'd say, more of a must-win for the Flyers than it is the Kings, just because the Flyers are in a more dire situation, being 8 points out of a playoff spot and 10 out of a wild card spot, with next to no games in pocket. It's tough. So the Flyers definitely needing a big win here to get some momentum going into the break. But the Kings did the same thing. They are 2 points out of a playoff spot, and again, in that same boat where they could really use a big win and a big momentum swing going into the Olympic break, as we are just we're less than a week away from the break. So taking a look at our goalie comparisons, Darcy Kuemper on the year, 13, 10, and 9 on the year, 2 shutouts, a 257 goals against, and 902 save percentage. Comparing that to Vladar, 16, 8, and 4, no shutouts, 249 goals against, and 904 save percentage. So ultimately, these goalies fairly comparable to each other. Fairly comparable. We got Dad up in here. He's gonna be, I guess, shoveling. I was good to do it tomorrow, but he wants to do it now.
No, that's the walk, but I'm going to the area on the right side.
Okay. Let's go. Steven Dango, you're gonna be paying attention to Penn State versus Michigan from Beaver Stadium at 1. We can take a look into some of that. We can keep up with it a little bit. I'm not really a big college hockey guy, but we can keep a look at it. Let me see here. Penn State hockey. Let me see here. Is there like a game center for it, or how does that work? Let me see. There's a Big Ten game center, whatever it is. And they may set the ice hockey single game attendance record there. Wow. I mean, it makes sense because hockey is not really played in big venues. So, and Beaver Stadium is one of the bigger stadiums by nature of it being college football stadium. So, I mean, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all. Let me see here. Event calendar. And no, we need Penn State. Why can I not find this? Is it not Big Ten? Kingsman 5-1, MN fan saying? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Let me see. Penn State versus Michigan State. There we go. Maybe we can find a game center there. Close enough. Close enough. It's Penn State's website. We'll make it work. We will make it work. All right. But yeah, this game is just a few minutes away from puck drop, so it should be a fun one here out in Philly. The Kings, as we were talking before, the Kings really in a big must-win. They are 2 points out of a playoff spot with, again, not a lot of games in hand on anyone. Maybe they have a couple games in hand over people in the Western Conference, but again, when you're sitting there, a couple points out of a playoff spot, a couple points out of a wild card spot, you cannot afford to drop points. But it's more important for the Flyers to not drop any points. So basically say, hey, you're going to get points in every single game. But this is a very important game for both of these teams. It almost feels like a playoff atmosphere kind of thing, because the Flyers are going to be all but eliminated with a loss today. Again, that's going to be a point I drive home in my tier list video I'm going to make for the NHL during the Olympic break. I'm going to get to work on that probably next weekend. A little bit. Maybe throughout the week, but especially next weekend. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We're also going to do a Goal Horns tier list. We might do a Jersey tier list. We're going to do some of those little fun videos in between as well while we're in the Olympic break. And we can't cover NHL. Also going to be covering some Olympics. I'm looking at covering some Olympic curling next weekend, which should be a fun thing to do. Because I don't know about you guys, but I love curling. I am a curling guy. Take a look at Travis Konechny leading the team in goals, assists, and points. Just absolutely lights out for this team. Go ahead and take a look at a couple of things here. Just real quick on the back end. Okay. Let me see. Where I want to go? I want to go here. And my phone is buzzing. I don't know why my phone is buzzing. Okay, I need to respond to this text. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. So we are all set up and ready to roll. Again, the loser of this game is going to be in a rough spot. I feel like it's a worse spot for Philly if they lose. But LA is also, you know, they're needing to make something happen. I pull up the current standings right now as we sit. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. If we go into NHL standings, again, the Kings, they are currently 57 points with 52 games. They have no games in pocket over San Jose. Down 1 point to them, but they're 2 points behind Anaheim with 2 games in pocket. 2 points behind Seattle with 1 game in pocket. And those are you know, your third place in the division and your wild card team. They also have a game in pocket over Calgary. If you look towards the Central Division, the Kings have 2 games in pocket with a 3-point lead over Nashville. They have 3 games in pocket with a 6-point lead over Chicago. So the Kings are in a pretty solid spot, but again, you got to take advantage of games in pocket. Especially since you are a point behind the Sharks, you need to differentiate yourselves from them. The Flyers, on the other hand, their best shot at making it is going to be probably through the top 3 in the Metro, and they're 8 points behind with 1 game in pocket over the Islanders. And the Pens actually have a game in pocket over the Flyers, down 8 points to the Penguins as well. So a huge, excuse me, a little bit stuffed up in there. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing there. Is the Flyers, they're not going to make it through wild card. They're 10 points out of a wild card spot. Yeah, they have a game in pocket over Montreal and 2 in pocket over Boston. But they're so far behind that they're going to need a little bit of help from those teams to drop a few games. So, there we go. Checking out a couple of things as we had a little bit of time there. But again, puck drop just mere moments away. Should be a very fun one. Again, our goalie matchup tonight is going to be Vladar versus Kemper. Out here in Philly. Let's go Kings, baby. Let's go Kings. Nothing against the Flyers. Well, actually, a lot against the Flyers. Pens fan here. Let's go Kings. Plus, I want to see Anze and Doughty get another ring, bro. Like, if it can't be the Penguins with Sid, Gino, and Tanger, bro, Anze, Kopitar, and Drew Doughty, man. I freaking love those guys. So we got a center ice draw. Face-off going to be won by the Kings. Taking it into the defensive end, wing to wing to the near side. Doughty going to move it up. And puck going to be taken back by the Flyers into the offensive end. They're going to try and move it, looking for some help. Wrestled back by the Kings. Puck goes out into the neutral zone, moving it in towards the offensive end if they can. Backing around to the near side. The Kings maintaining the puck for now, tied up along the boards. And that puck going to get moved out the other way, cleared out by the Flyers, taken back by the Kings in their defensive end. Now Doughty working with that puck to the near side. Pass gets redirected by the Flyers. Redirected off of the stick of Cates and into the offensive end. The Flyers going to try and move it into this corner down low. Cates tied up with a couple others, including Doughty. Puck goes loose to the far side. Going to be battled along the boards. Getting in there is going to be Brant Clark and Drew Doughty. And the Kings come away with that puck over to the near side off of the stick of Corey Perry. Gonna push it up into the offensive end, and we got an offside. Okay. So that is kind of how we are sitting here. They're taking a look now at the goalies. Again, very comparable goalies. Very comparable goalies to each other. Dare I say maybe Vladar is slightly better, but they're both pretty good. I think we're on pace for maybe a 4-3 game kind of thing. 4-2. But here we go to the near side, moving it into the offensive end for the Flyers. Going to be Cam York, down low shot, going to be gloved by Kemper. And Kemper doing his little walk around, a little skate around after the save. You got Grandma dancing a young MJ behind Rick Totchett. she's grooving. They're playing ABC and she's a grooving grandma. Not the same energy behind the Kings bench, by the way. But here we go. Getting booted out of the face-off circle is going to be Quentin Byfield. Taking it now for the Kings is going to be... I believe that's Kevin Fiala to the near side. Face-off going to be won by the Flyers. Into the corner, down low. Passing across ice over to the far side, down by the red line. Back in behind the net, Fiala. Wrestling that puck away. Moving it up through center. Trying to move it up. Going to be taken back by Sanheim in the defensive end of the Flyers. To the near side. Philadelphia trying to move it out the other way. Passing back to the defensive end. Wing to the near side. Sanheim up on into the offensive end over to Zegras. Trying to pass it across in front of that. A beautiful chance denied by Kemper. Over to the near side. The Kings wrestling that puck away. Going over to the far side. Across ice. Into the offensive end. Back over to the near. Off of Kuzmenko. Yeah. Where's your glasses? Oh. You gonna join? You gonna join for a bit? No. Yeah, I forgot. Dad only joins when it's Pittsburgh sports.
Some of us have work to do.
So, here we go. Far side circle draw. Taking a look at Matvei Michkov. This season, pretty solid stats. 49 PIMs in 52 games, 13 goals, 15 assists. So not bad. He's pacing towards around a 20-goal season, give or take. Here we go. Far side circle. Face-off going to be won in the neutral zone by the Flyers into the defensive end over to the near side. Moving it up through center. Battling for that puck. Taken back by the Kings. And into the near side. Tied up at the red line in the neutral zone. The center ice line. Puck gets wrestled away into the Flyers defensive end where Philadelphia going to punch it back out. Over to the near side. The Kings going to punch that puck up into the offensive end behind the net of Vladar. To the far side, the Kings are going to try and take it away, but the Flyers clearing it out. But it's going to be a Flyers icing. So the Kings going to be having to take advantage here of an offensive zone draw. Taking a look at their same game parlay, over 5.5 goals. Flyers money line and Trevor Zegras anytime goal, which makes sense because I am watching the Flyers broadcast. You know, it makes sense they'd be Flyer friendly. Okay. So here we go. Top of the zone shot by the Kings. Not going to go, but taken back wing to wing across. And that puck gets cleared all the way out again. Taken back by the Kings. Brian Dumoulin to the near side. Moving it up along the center ice area to the offensive end. Taking it Donze Kopitar down low. Gonna hand it off. Passing up towards the top of the zone. And the Kings clear themselves out. Going all the way back. Giving chase is going to be Drew Doughty to the near side. Back in beside his goalie over to the near side. Moving it through the defensive end on a pass to Cody Cece. And that pass going to be broken up by the Flyers. Punching it all the way back. But it's going to be another Flyers icing. And Delorier on the bench. He took a pretty big shot to the knee. Yeah, he took a pretty good shot. Delorier taking a pretty nice shot on the inside of the knee on that blocked shot of Joel Armia, which sent that puck skittering the other way, and he is in pain on the bench. He is in, you could tell, he is Carson Wentzing in pain. So, Here we go. Face off going to be one. Oh, we have a false draw. So it's going to be Kempe. Adrian Kempe taking the draw. And it's going to be won by the Flyers in the defensive end. Over to the near side, trying to move it up and wrestling that puck away. The Kings taking it away for now. Down low, Corey Perry's shot. Going to be denied and frozen by Vladar. A nice effort there by Vladar. He struggled on the rebound at first, but got right back to it. Doing exactly what he needed to do. Let me see here. Let me take a look at something. Okay. Let's take a look over there on the bench. That's not Urson. That's another goalie that's in there. But here we go. Near side draw. Going to be Dvorak. Going to be booted out of the faceoff circle in the Flyers defensive end. Yeah, Sam Harrison is injured, so I thought it was Harrison, but it's actually someone else on the bench. I'll get a name on him here in a little bit. But that faceoff going to be won at the top of the zone by the Kings with a chance. Doughty with a shot. Going to be denied. Loose over to the near side. Rebound. Chance. Corey Perry passing in front. A chance. A shot. He scores! Corey Perry going to get an assist. An assist going to go to Alex Laferriere, but the goal going to be credited to Adrian Kempe. I thought it was Doughty, but no, it was number 9. Adrian Kempe on the goal of Kings. Taking a 1-0 lead. Why did the goal horn not play? Let me replay that goal horn for the Kings because we did not get it. There it is. Yeah, I'm bad. Onion with a dub, yes sir. Screw them Flyers, baby. Screw them Flyers. Sorry, Petsko. Go Flyers and Kings. You can't root for both, bud. You gotta pick one or the other. So here we go. To the near side in the defensive end. Down low is Brant Clark with the Kings with the puck. To the near side, trying to wrestle away the Flyers. But that puck gonna be maintained to the near side. Taken back. You gotta go. That's unfortunate, bro. But here we go. Through center. You're at the game. That's cool. That's cool. So through center they go. And a chance, a shot, going to be denied. An easy save by Darcy Kemper. Go ahead and get a name on that other goalie for us so that we know who we're talking about as the other goalie. See you, Petsko, bro. Let me pull it up here real quick. Flyers. Where are you, buddy? Oh, man. Philadelphia Flyers. Backup goalie for today. We still don't know. I'll have to pull it up on a new tab. I'll have to do a little bit of research. But over to the near side. Moving that puck tied up along the boards. Trying to wrestle away the Flyers. Do with a chance at the top of the zone. Passing to Zegras. Not able to connect. Over to the top of the zone. Zegras going to pass it. Gets redirected. Back again to Zegras. Looking to move it down in front of the net. A chance. Passing in front. Shot. What a denial. And a rebound frozen up by Kemper. What an effort by Darcy Kemper to shut down a high danger situation by the Flyers. Right in front, nobody in front of him, passes across, a nice save, and then a rebound chance, and Kemper with a nice effort to just get out on front of that puck and take the rebound away from Travis Konechny. Wow. Let me see here. Flyers, number 35. Let me see. So, ready to roll. Moving it up through center. Here come the Kings. Into the offensive end on the far side. Going to be Quentin Byfield. Passing back in behind the net. Taken back by the Flyers for now. To the top of the zone. The Kings going to send it back on down. Along the far side, near side, chance, shot, denied. Puck goes behind the net to the near side, into the corner. Moving it out the other way. The Flyers going to pass to the center of the end. Puck loose, taken back by the Kings, but they can't control it. Wrestling it back is going to be Noah Juleson. And into the offensive end, the Flyers go, but can't control it. The Kings going to take it back to the defensive end, over to the near side. Brian Dumoulin now moving it to the far side of the ice. Going to try and hit CC from behind the net to the near side. CC passing up along the boards, up through center to the offensive end. Here comes your race, no icing, down low with a chance. With that puck, the Kings going to be off the stick of Hellenius, passing across, top of the zone, sending it down towards the net with a pass and shot, not able to connect, but the Kings going to maintain possession over to the near side. The Flyers going to take it away, but the Kings keeping it in the offensive end. Racing down low with a chance, going to be Jeff Malott, tied up for that puck with a lot of Flyers. And the Kings wrestling it away to the near side, down low. With a chance to the far side, puck goes loose. Getting to it's going to be Couturier. And going to move that puck up. Kept in by the Kings, with the Flyers coming away with it as it goes loose. And they send it all the way over to the net at Kemper, leaving it to the near side. Drew Doughty moving it up the other way. Up in through center, passing it into the offensive end behind Vladar to the far side. Ristolainen going to send it along the boards. Moving it out the other way, here come the Flyers to the near side. Offensive end, Travis Sanheim, passing across way behind his intended target, and the Kings take it back, moving it up the other way. Racing to the near side to the offensive end. Big battle for that puck. Goes loose to the near side. And Ristolainen going to be in there. Puck goes loose to the far side. Going to be taken back by the Flyers. Dvorak moving it up now along the far side boards through center, dumping it into the offensive end. A race to the near side. Puck going to get tied up. And going to get moved along the near side boards. Taken back. Anze Kopitar sending it across. Taken back by the Flyers for now. And Kopitar gets right back on that puck as it's loose in the open ice. Over to the near side. Into the offensive end. Off the stick of Armia. Passing shot. And going to be frozen up by Vladar.
It's actually Alexei Kolosov is your backup goalie for the Flyers, for the record.
For the record.
Okay.
But if you guys are enjoying the stream, man, drop a like, drop a sub. Always greatly appreciate it, bro. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to hit that by the end of Stanley Cup Finals. I know it seems a while away, but it's still right around the corner.
It'll be here before you know it.
Meanwhile, a quick little rundown of today's games. 1 p.m., so starting here in about 8 minutes, we got the Avalanche at the Red Wings. At 3:30 p.m. Eastern, you got the Pittsburgh Mother-Lovin' Penguins with their 2015-16 Stanley Cup team reunion night, hosting the New York Rangers in Mike Sully's homecoming. 4 p.m. Eastern, you got the Winnipeg Jets at the Florida Panthers and the San Jose Sharks at the Calgary Flames. At 5 p.m. Eastern, you got the Canes at the Capitals. And then at 7 p.m. Eastern, you got a slate of 5 games. Canadiens at Sabres. Devils at Senators. Predators at Islanders. Blue Jackets at Blues. A lot of blue in that one. And the Maple Leafs at the Canucks. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, you got Stars at Mammoth. And at 10 p.m. Eastern, you got Wild at Oilers and Kraken at Knight. Overall, a very good slate of games today. It's Alexei Kolosov, not Coleslaw.
No. Not Alexei Coleslaw.
Alexei Kolosov. Kolosov. I wish it was coleslaw. Because then we could just clown on him all day. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oop, Penguins post something. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, why? Why does hockey hate Pittsburgh? The Penguins are screwed. And this season's already over. A lot of pressure for the Flyers. The Flyers season is on the verge of being over. They are 8 points out of a top 3 spot in the division with 1 game in pocket on the Isles and no games. Actually, the Pens have a game in pocket over them. Thank you, Bon. Always appreciated. But the Kings, they have a bit more leeway. Oh, for the Rangers, yeah. Yeah, Rangers, it's a rough season. Yeah, no games in pocket on anyone. Way far and away the lowest team. But the Penguins are going to be without Chris Letang. Oh my gosh, a chance, and the Kings getting a goal. Adrian Kempe gonna make it a 2-0 game. Let's replay that Kings goal horn, which that is a nice goal horn. That, like whenever I do the goal horns tier list, spoiler alert, this goal horn is gonna be near the top of the list because like, oh my gosh, it is a nice. It's not one of those low drones, but like it's a high pitch that's like very nice and easy on the ears.
Oh my gosh, Tanger's out 4 weeks minimum? Thankfully, the Olympic break is here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Tanger's out 4 weeks with a broken foot, minimum. So you figure he's going to miss the entire month of February, which is, if he has to miss 4 weeks, February is the best month to miss. Because you've got the Olympic break taking up 2 weeks. In fact, if I go into Penguin's schedule, right? And I go to their calendar schedule, just to make it easy. It'll be fine. The problem is that you also have Jack St. Ivany on injured reserve as well. So you're without 2 of your top defensive players. Or, you know, 2 strong defensive players. Well, here we go. A chance again for the Kings. Another goal. Andrei Kuzmenko on that goal for the Kings. I am so glad it's the Kings getting a lot of goals today because I love that horn, man. I freaking love this horn. Dare I say it might be almost better than the Penguins. 2026. Yeah, fire Drury. Oh my gosh. I mean, fortunately, if he's out only 4 weeks, if Tanger comes back after 4 weeks, he misses today's game against the Rangers. He misses Monday against the Senators, Tuesday at the Islanders, Thursday at the Sabres. That's a big game to have him lost. And then the 26th against the Devils and the 28th at the Rangers. So you're only talking 6 games. Oh, the challenge, if it was offside, this could be coming back. The Flyers saying it was offside. But yeah, I mean, that's the big thing is that without Tanger and without St. Ivany, those are 2 big players. I mean, granted, now that means Connor Clifton's going to get more time. Your defensive pairs are probably going to shift to probably, you're going to have Carlson Wotherspoon, Kulak, and Kulak and Shea? Maybe? Which depends. Horn sounded more like a Penguin. It was offside. No goal. No goal. Man, towards his last. Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good. That was a pretty easy call to make. A pretty easy overturn. But how's it going, Seven Hills? Kings goalie today is Darcy Kemper, with the backup being Anton Forsberg. But the Kings to the near side, into the offensive end, gonna send it from Brant Clark into the corner, back and around to the near side, and the puck goes loose to the far side. Can the Kings try and get that goal back? That is the question. But the Flyers sending it back into the offensive end. A race now down low on that far side, trying to move it back in behind the net. Couturier to the top of the zone. Shot. Not even going to make it to the net. Over to the far side. Puck gets redirected. And the Flyers going to send it right back into the offensive end. No icing. That was kind of a little shocking to me. But over to the near side. Man, well, why can't Quick DI do the same thing he did for the Kings for the Rangers? That is true. A shot. Quality chance by the Flyers. Kick saved by Kemper. I think some of it is age. Some of it is also quality of play in front of him. You know what I mean? If you don't play defense, you're putting a lot of stress and a lot of pressure on that goalie. You know what I mean? But the Kings sending it down low to the far side, trying to find some help. Moving it around over to the far side. Puck gets jarred free to the neutral zone. Okay. So here we go to the near side, moving it in along the boards down low. So yeah, I mean that's exactly what's happening. Is that it's a combination of age, quality of play in front of him. I mean it's really all it is. You know what I mean? He had players like Drew Doughty in front of him for like his entire career in defense. You know what I mean? The Rangers, not they have a bad defense, but you know what I mean? They're struggling to put all the pieces together. But along the near side, the puck going to be tied up and jarred loose. The Kings going to move it out the other way. LaFerriere, cross ice pass over to that going to be Kempe. And down to LaFerriere again. Over to Corey Perry. To Kemper. Kempe not able to get a shot off. That's the problem with the Kings, is that you got Kemper and Kempe on the ice together. That's not confusing at all. But Kempe with the puck, trying to move it around top of the zone to the near side. Doughty with that puck down low, battling for it. A chance in front. LaFerriere not able to control it, and the Flyers going to move it out the other way. Off the stick here to the near side to the offensive end. Going to be frozen up by Kemper. But yeah, so your lines probably shift. Oh, man. So Connor Clifton comes up. The other question is, does Ryan Graves, maybe? No, you have Ilya Solovyov. I forgot that. You had Solovyov. So, yeah, Solovyov's going to be in the fray. He's probably going to be paired up with Clifton, I would imagine. And then you move Shea up with Kulak. Is probably how the Pens are going to handle their defensive pairs today. If I had to hazard a guess. Which, that's like the cool thing about watching the Penguins as much as I have this year. Man, are you able to do the Pens today? Unfortunately, I can't. I have something else that we're going to be, my parents already bought tickets to. We're going as a family. So, unfortunately, I can't because I have something else that we have to leave at 4. So, unfortunately, I can't make that happen, but I wish I could. But we will be live on Monday for the Penn Senators game. And then that'll be the last Penguins game we probably cover before the Olympic break, because Tuesday I bowl, Thursday I have other stuff going on with the church. So that's probably going to be the last game we actually cover until Saturday the 28th for the Penguins. Because even when they come back, that's a Thursday against the Devils. Bring this setup. I literally can't. It's like this bingo event, like a charity bingo event kind of thing. I've never been there. My parents have gone the last couple of years, so they wanted to bring me along this year. So because of that, it's like a charity bingo event type of thing. So I don't think I could be calling plays in a bingo. Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah. Those are probably your defensive pairs. But the nice thing is that by watching the team, you can actually learn what they are probably going to do. It's like a cool little superpower kind of thing. You know what I mean? So over to the far side. Going to be taken by the Flyers in the offensive end. Sending it down low from, I believe that was from Bobby Brink. But I didn't remember writing his name down. No, he is there. Bobby Brink. And over to the far corner. Still tied up for that puck. Going to be jarred towards the top of the zone. And the Kings trying to clear it out. Kept in by the Flyers to the top of the zone. Down low with a chance. Puck goes loose from Brink. Over to the top of the zone again. To the near side. Going to be going over to the near side to York. Down low with a chance. Shot denied again in front of the net. And the Kings going to come away with it over to the near side. Taken back by Byfield. Over to the far side. Moving it up. Let's go, Kings. Yes, sir, MN fan. Yes, sir. Let's frickin' go, Kings. Okay. Also, I got a new mouse for down here, so I'm not going to be fighting my mouse anymore. I actually bit the bullet and got a Logitech mouse for down here. So now, back in behind the net of Vladar. Going to play that puck to the near side along the boards. And front pass shot going to be taken away by the Flyers. Over to the near side off of Nick Sealer. Or not Nick Sealer, my bad, off of Grabenkin, but it doesn't matter because it's offside. 8:28 to go here in the first. 6 shots on goal for the Kings, 3 for the Flyers. Actually 7 shots now for the Kings with a score 2-0 Kings. Now take a look at our poll in the chat over there. We got 13 votes in it, and we are splitting 69% nice for the LA Kings, 31% for the Flyers. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a favor, drop a like below the stream. While you're down there, drop a sub to the channel. It's free. You can change your mind later, and we're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of Stanley Cup Finals. So here we go. Couturier going to take the draw here for the Flyers against Hellenius, and it's going to be the Kings coming away with it to the near side. And every time I hear Kings, I think of Yes King. Oh my gosh. So back in behind the net, a big check dished out by Noah Juleson. But a chance of shot going to be denied with the blocker pad of Vladar. And the Flyers with it to the near side. Moving it into the offensive end behind the net of Darcy Kemper to the far side. It moves. Going to be tied up for that puck. The Kings trying to come away with it, but a big tie up there. Going to be involved in that for the Flyers at Deslauriers. For Deslauriers, Hathaway in there as well, towards the top of the zone to the near side. Over to York. Shot going to be blocked. And taken back by the Kings to the near side. Off the stick of Joel Edmondson. And into the offensive end. The Kings trying to move it. A race down for that puck into the corner. Going to be jarred around that far side to the near. Trying to get to it is Couturier for the Flyers. Tied up around the near corner. And we got a whistle. Not sure what that whistle was. A bench minor for too many men on the ice. Was that on the Flyers? Was it a bench minor on the Flyers? I couldn't tell which team it was. Yeah, it's the Kings. Or was it? Trying to see who got the penalty. A little confused. Okay, no, the Flyers were hit with it, so it's the Kings going on the power play. I couldn't quite hear when they said who had the penalty. But the Kings are going to have the game's first power play. Sanheim, Dvorak, Cates, and York on the defense. How's it going, Tromboner? So up to the top of the zone. The Kings working with it to the near side, across to the far top, and again to the point to Clark. Clark to the far side, chance a shot, and going to be a nice save by Vladar. In the meantime, let me get a little reload here on the Penn State website for the box score for the Penn State-Michigan State hockey game. So nothing yet. The game has not yet dropped puck. But these teams have been so up and down, but mostly down. In their last 10, so in the last 10 games for these two teams, if we combine their records, right? Just to give you a sense to how rough these teams have been. So the Flyers do clear the zone. But over the last 10 games, for both of these teams combined, right? They are a combined... Let's see. Let me do the math here real quick. I think they are 6... Hold on. You know, like 6, 12, and 2 or something like that. I wrote down the 1 for the Flyers. The Flyers were 2, 7, and 1, but I can't recall what the Kings were. But the Flyers, shorthanded chance, top of the zone shot, gonna go wide. Over to the far side, the Kings with that puck. Moving it up into the offensive end. The Kings with a chance. Kuzmenko shot and saved. No, nice over to the near side. Goes loose. And the Flyers are going to clear it out. Okay. So here we go. Moving it into the offensive end. LaFerriere with a chance. Trying to pass it down low. Goes loose. And back in behind the net, towards the near side in the corner. Getting to it quickly is going to be Taylor Ward for the Kings. And along the boards, tied up again. 30 seconds remain on the power play. 5:57 to go in the period. Over to the far side. Down to the corner, moving it out the other way. Top of the zone. And to the near side, Anze Kopitar. Top of the zone again, over to Doughty. Doughty down to Kopitar. Kopitar to Doughty. Shot! It's loose on a rebound, and eventually Vladar gets a big save, and we got a brawl. It's going to be hitting the ice. LaFerriere gets thrown to the ice. And everybody grab your partner. We got a big old classic hockey brawl. Sanheim involved in that as well. Sanheim, Hathaway. We'll see if they assess any penalties on this, because LaFerriere was just slammed to the ground as part of that. So we'll see what happens. Let me go over to ESPN and see if we got any updates on any potential penalties on that, because that was a Oh, they're going to let the boys play. Looks like they're going to let the boys play. So here we go. We got a far side offensive zone draw for the Kings. 14 seconds to go on their penalty. And ready to roll. Let's see. Well, the man, how's it going, Colin? How you doing, bro? So the face-off going to be won by the Kings to the near side, to the top of the zone, to the near side again to Clark. The Kings down low. Power play still have it. Clark from the top of the zone to the point, moving it down low. On the far side, power play expires. Again, a chance still down low for the Kings to the near side. And Anze Kopitar trying to get in there, but the puck goes loose to the far side, taken back by the Flyers. Moving it all the way out, and it's going to be a Flyers icing. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, True Show saying Thursday, Sabres vs. Penguins in Buffalo. That's going to be a very good game. Unfortunately, I can't be live for that, but that's going to be a really good game. So here we go. Top of the zone. Down low again. The Flyers trying to kick it out, but maintained by the Kings. Still tied up. For that puck across to the top of the zone, and we got a penalty. The Couturier going to the sin bin. And it's going to be another Kings power play. Wow. True Tiller saying going the Sabres. Nah, let's go Pens, baby. Let's freaking go, baby. Okay. Alex Lyon, 10 consecutive wins. We'll see what happens, bro. We'll see. The Pens are playing some pretty good hockey, but they will be without Tanger. We have not heard any word on Gino. Let me see. Yeah, Letang is expected to miss a minimum of 4 weeks with a fracture in his foot. Do we have any updates on Malkin? Let me see. Evgeny Malkin. Do we have any update on him? They are a commercial, by the way. Malkin. Does not look like we have any news on him. The win streak has to end at some point. Just don't know who will do it or when. My thought is, I'm being honest, right? They probably take the win tonight. It's probably going to be either Ottawa or the Islanders. But they're going to get back on it, and I think they beat the Sabres. I think they'll beat the Sabres before the break. But I think they're going to drop a game either to Ottawa or the Isles. I think they'll get the win tonight. Granted, I would love to see this team carry the win streak into the break, and they're playing good hockey. You know, even when Tanger missed a game and Carlson was out for a couple games, they played really good defense. The problem is that you had Jack St. Ivany. Jack St. Ivany is no longer on the team right now because he's on IR with a big injury of himself from surgery. Expected to miss about 2 months. So he's not going to be back until the end of March. He'll be ready for the playoff push, and I'm sure he'll be a regular defensive player for the rest of the season from that point. It's only 3 weeks. But here we go. The Flyers going to move it out the other way with possession. 3-on-2 into the zone, passing across, down low, Chance. Back in behind the net, working with it towards the near side. Along the board, sending it back down low is going to be off the stick of Sanheim and taken back by the Kings. That's Corey Perry with the puck. Drake May's right shoulder is hurt, apparently. That is true. It was between sickness and a mild injury, I think is what it was. You know, they could be related. I know sometimes when you get a pretty bad cold, you get, you know, you get aches and pains. That's what happened to me over Christmas. We got a hand pass, though. Okay. In Buffalo, after the Sabres play 2 games in Florida. That is true. That is true. Like I said, it's going to be a very good game. It is going to be a very good game, but I think the Penguins are going to drop a game somewhere in the next, you know, not today's game, but I think after today's game, somewhere in the next 2. But then they get back on it before the break. That's my personal thought. I mean, this team is really putting it together right now. But here we go to the far side. In the offensive end, the Kings with that puck, taking it down low with a chance. And wrestled away by the Flyers with speed up through center. Here comes your chance. It's Owen Tippett with a shot. Gonna go wide over to the near side. And the Flyers trying to move it around. Still tied up down low. Corey Perry in for that puck. And over to the near side it goes. Gets cleared all the way back. The Flyers gonna race for it. And gonna take it around the near side again from Sealer across. A beautiful penalty kill by the Flyers. And they take about a whole another 20 seconds off of that power play. So Drew Doughty with that puck over to the far side on a pass into the offensive end they go. The Kings looking for some help. Goes back into the neutral zone, and it's Doughty with the puck looking for some help to the near side to LaFerriere. LaFerriere up on into the offensive end with a chance. But the Flyers trying to kick it out. Kept in by LaFerriere. Down low, he sends it behind the net for Anze Kopitar. Over to the near side to Taylor Ward to the top of the zone. Drew Doughty keeping it in. Down low for Ward. Over to Kopitar to Doughty. Doughty looking for somewhere to go. Kopitar back and across. Pass intercepted. And with 3 seconds to go on the power play, that is going to clear out this power play. So take a look. Edmonton with that puck. Under 3 to play in this first period. Again, the Kings playing very dominant hockey right now. And we got a whistle. But the Kings are playing some really dominant hockey over Philly right now. But yeah, like I said, I mean, whenever I do my tier list, Truth Chiller, Buffalo is going to be pretty high up on that tier list. So don't get me wrong, they're going to be pretty high. They are going to be pretty high. Let's take a look. Let me see. Let me see. So, neutral zone draw. Face-off going to be won by the Flyers, taking it back to the defensive end. On the far side, working that puck up into the neutral zone, taken back and kept in the offensive end by Edmondson for the Kings. And now the Flyers working with it out of the end. Over to the far side, trying to pass it back. And it's going to be icing on the Kings. Okay. Man, that's crazy. Pittsburgh just had their lowest temperature in 32 years. Negative 11. Okay. So here we go. Near side zone draw in the offensive end for the Flyers. And to the far side they go. Puck gets cleared out to the neutral zone. The Flyers take it back. Under 2.5 to go. And we got an offside. Oh yeah, it is cold. But again, it was negative 11 this morning. It's 14 degrees now here. All right, 15 degrees. So, still, it's not too cold. Far side faceoff in the Kings' offensive zone. Going to be won by the Flyers and going to clear it out. At center ice, and that's going to be a hand pass. Snow's not a problem, but the chill needs to settle down. That do be true. That do be true. Bro, the NHL is saying, will the Penguins win the Metro? They got to pass Carolina. And they're getting to the hard part of their schedule. I think second in the Metro is perfectly fine. I don't think this team is going to come anywhere close to winning the Metro, though. I think Carolina runs away with it at this point. I mean, it's Carolina. So here we go. We got the face-off on the near side. Going to be sent on into the offensive end by the Flyers. Over to the near side, the Kings. Trying to work it out of their end. Along the near side boards. Moving it out of the zone. The Kings trying to kick it out. And over to the far side into the offensive end. Working with that puck. The Flyers going to be down low behind the net to the near side. Off of the stick there of Barkley. Tied up for that puck to the near side. Coming away with it, the Kings moving it out of the zone. 1:40 to go in the period. To the far side. And it's going to be taken away by Sanheim. Into the offensive end. Going to send it. Taken back by the Flyers. Still in the offensive end to the near side. Working with it towards the top of the zone. They're going to clear themselves out and go for a chase. Under 90 seconds to go in the first period here. And over to the near side. Dumping it into the offensive zone. Getting to it, racing out the icing is going to be Bobby Brink. Along the near side boards, though, LaFerriere going to come away with it for the Kings and clear it out the other way. The Flyers coming away with it now off of the stick of Ristolainen. And out to the top of the zone, moving it out the other way. Go the Flyers into the offensive end. Back on into the far corner, racing for that puck, tied up along the boards. And the Kings not able to come away with it. Top of the zone, near side, chance of shot denied. Gonna go down low to the near side still, and gonna be taken back by the Kings by Mikey Anderson. Over to the far side, Doughty, and we got a whistle. Flyers gonna be going on the power play. Pat Meyer heading to Buffalo from Pittsburgh. Huh. Well, we'll see. Oh my gosh. Offensive line coach? Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, the Steelers, coaches were told, hey, unless the new coach wants to retain you, you're done with Pittsburgh. Here we go to the far side. Battling for that puck. The Kings trying to clear it out. They will. Bobby Brink with the puck now. Behind his own net. Leaving it now to the near side. Going to take it out with 22 to go in the period. The Flyers possess the second worst power play in the league, but the Kings have the 24th best penalty kill. Go to the far side. Into the corner. With 7 to go in the period. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is how this first period will come to a close with a score. The LA Kings 2. The Philadelphia Flyers nothing. Shots on goal are 10 for the Kings and 6 for the Flyers. And that is how we sit at the end of 1. Whoa, oh, I'm throwing a ring. But yeah, we'll take a look at the goals real quick. Let me go ahead and pull it up. James Campbell heading to Pittsburgh. Yeah, I've seen some of the new hires. The Flyers going to win 3-2 in a shootout. How's it going, Sports Predictor? So the 2 goals in this game for the Kings, both by Adrian Kempe. The first assisted by LaFerriere and Corey Perry. And then Kempe's second goal assisted by Corey Perry. Looking at the Colorado Avalanche Detroit Red Wings game, 11:45 to go in the first, but the Avs have a 1-0 lead. Brent Burns got the goal, assisted by Nathan McKinnon and Nikushkin. So those are what we got on the games going on now. Let's take a look at the Penn State and Michigan State game. It should be live now. Unless they're just not updating it. Let's see. Penn State hockey. Come on. Like, I don't want to go to the TV channel because then I, lose it. I lose this game. Penn State Pagula Arena. We'll try to see, because they're playing at Beaver Stadium today. The problem is there's no good, like, you know what I mean? Let's see, is this better? We agree to NCAA's terms and services. No, we have no one new update.
A new air.
Shut up. Thank you. Not able to find any updates. We can't find the updates. Oh my gosh. How we doing, everybody? If you guys are enjoying the stream, though, do me a huge favor. Go down below the stream, drop a like, drop a sub. Always appreciate it. We're only 3 subs away. 3 from that minor goal. It'd be pretty cool if we can make some progress towards that today while we're live. Though the one big thing, the Steelers are expecting Rodgers back. The Steelers building is expecting Rodgers to return. Oh boy. Oh boy. Penn State games are played at Terry Pagula Arena. Yes, but they are doing a stadium series, like a stadium series type of game at Beaver Stadium today. So they are doing that today. But I can't seem to find any like real-time updates. Let me see. NCAA hockey. There it is. That's not so hard. It's the NCAA website. Oh yeah. You're good. But Michigan State up 1-0 on Penn State. 12:57 to go in the first period. On that one, the goal by Trey Augustine. Or no, that's goalies. Trey Augustine, the goalie. Scoring. It was a Daniel Russell goal, assisted by Charlie Strammel and Porter Martone, to make it 1-0 Michigan State. In the meantime, let's take a look on X, see if we got any other news. Let me see. Again, they're taking a look at a little junior hockey thing. Though Phil Kessel will not be attending today's game for the Penguins, unfortunately. The Cup reunion game. Which is unfortunate because, well, you know, it's Phil frickin' Kessel. So you will see they're taking a look. You know, this is the Flyers broadcast. We're talking about when the Flyers return home. Okay. We will see. Let me go ahead and get a little reloaded doty. Spittin' Chickens was just visiting the Penn State Arena. Huh. Let me see. Let me see. So again, taking a look. As we have some time here. See if we got any other news to break. Yeah, this is a crazy year. Drake May versus Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl. Shadur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. The Browns have 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks this year. Because keep in mind, technically Joe Flacco is considered a Browns quarterback this year because he started with the Browns and he got named to a Pro Bowl as well. Belichick not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I kind of expected that. I mean, he was a good coach. I don't know that he was a great coach. Yes, he did a lot without Brady in terms of, you know, when Brady was, you know, suspended or hurt, whatever it was. You know what I mean? He did a lot to help that team. But we saw how good of a coach Belichick truly was when all of a sudden the team went from where it was to collapsing with Belichick, without Brady. Plus, you factor in Spygate, Deflategate that he was involved with. I mean, it just made sense. I would say he's definitely going to be a top 5 year Hall of Famer, but how's it going, John? How's it going, man? Let me see. I don't like these teams. Fair enough. Fair enough. We shall see. Man. I unfortunately gotta go with Philly in this one. Son of a gun, John. Let's go, Kings! Go, Kings! Screw Philly! Oh my gosh. Okay, so according to Josh Yo, there's a significant chance, or there's still a chance Gino plays today, though that isn't confirmed. I heard he wants to get through the next few games and then get well over the break. We'll see what doctors say. Yowzes. That is not a good sign from the Penguins organization. Being without 2 of their top players, I mean, you figure without Tanger, man, I love how I'm a 10-year-old just because I didn't know it's a certain actor played in a show who's also played in another movie. Like I'm supposed to be some celebrity enthusiast. What? Oh my gosh. Well, let me take a look here. Let me go to Money Puck and take a look at the current Pens lines. Or not Money Puck Pens lines. We need Penguins lines on Daily Faceoff. Philly only better than 2 or 3 teams: Edmonton, LA, and maybe Chicago. At least in your mind. But yeah, I mean, without Brian Rust, you keep that top. Oh my gosh. Does that mean Billy Koivunen comes back? Does that mean Billy Koivunen comes back if Gino can't play today? Your top line gonna be Raquel, Crosby, Brazeau. Second line, that's gonna stay that first line. Second line, you could move. Ooh, man. Maybe what you actually do instead. This is what I do. If I'm head coach Dan Muse and I'm without Gino today and I call up Ville Koivunen, I am moving Brazeau down to the second line, moving Chinikov to the first line. The reason Chinikov stayed on that second line was to keep his chemistry with Gino. Move him up to that top line. I want to see what he could do opposite Rickard Rakell and with Sidney Crosby. Right? You take Brazeau, move him down to the second line. Brazeau did nothing yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, like, nobody had a game yesterday. Oh, Thursday? Okay. I guess Catherine O'Hara played Kevin's mom in Home Alone and also played a character in The Last of Us. Huh. I didn't even know her name to begin with when I saw that she had passed. But yeah, without Gino, I move Chinikov to the first line. Brazeau hops down to the second. Or no, this is what I do. Raquel, Crosby, Chinikov. Second line is going to be Brazeau, Kindle, Mantha. Third line, McGroarty, Novak, Koivunen. That's what I do, I think. Either that or swap Novak and Kindle and have that second line be Brazeau, Novak, Mantha. Third line, McGroarty, Kindle, Koivunen, and get the kid line back. Oh man, Blue Jackets Coyle really did well yesterday. That is true. Winnipeg and Pittsburgh maintain the oldest rosters in the NHL right now, along with the Panthers. The thing is, the difference is with the Penguins is that their age is so disproportionately outweighed. Like, it's almost like, you know what I mean? It's, let's just say America compared to, you know, Other kind, you know, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But basically, your extremely old players, your big three, Crosby, Gino, Tanger, them three are outweighed by players like McGroarty, Kindle, Koivunen. You know what I mean? And you know, Chinikov. Those really young players offset the really old players, but they still keep it as an older roster. But they have a lot of youth. Malkin, Crosby, and Letang are carrying the Penguins' age? Absolutely. But what about Malkin? Gino, his status is still in doubt today. Apparently, he's dealing with something medically, and he wants to fight it out until the break and then get well over the Olympic break. But it's all up to what the doctors say. So I was doing those hypotheticals. You know, if Gino stays, then you keep your lines exactly as they were against Chicago. It worked well. But if Gino doesn't play, I swap Chinikov up to the first line. Second line, Brazeau, Novak, Mantha, probably. And then third line, McGroarty, Kindle, Koivunen. Where's Torch when you need him? Oh, boy. In the AHL, the old guys pay dividends. NHL, youth is the best game plan. It really depends. I mean, it all comes down to production, right? You want to stay young as long as you're being productive, but if your youth is producing goals at the levels of Ville Koivunen, I mean, I love Koivunen. He's always to the puck. He's always aggressive with it. But at the same time, you need to be producing goals. And if you're not able to produce goals, then the youth does you nothing. Right? Whereas you have players like Sidney Crosby, who is on pace for what, like a 50-goal season or something like that this year? Let me see here. Let me see. Sidney Crosby. I mean, if your age is still producing like some of the young guns, age is amazing because you have the knowledge of the game. Yeah, so 27 goals in how many games this year so far? He has played 52. So it's projected to 43 goals right now. If he gets a couple more goals, he could potentially pace towards a 50-goal season. At 38. So, I mean, if your age is producing, even Gino, like Evgeny Malkin, right? If we take a look at Gino, he's pacing right now to a 21-goal season. That's not bad, and he's still involved. Keep in mind, he's only played in 37 games. Keep that in mind. You know what I mean? That's the difference, is that if your age is still producing, then age is much better than youth, as long as you're not playing slow. I feel like you need that nice balance. I feel like the Penguins are, not necessarily from a best construction point of view, but I still feel like the Penguins are one of the role models for how to build a team. You know what I mean? You have a few old players that really know the game that are still producing, and then you got some players who are young, keep the speed up, and that's for your Chinikovs, your Kindles, you know what I mean? Those kind of players. That's where those kind of players live. By the time Mario hit Sid, the kid's age, he had retired. I think Penguins are heading towards a rebuild. I don't think it is. I think what's happening is the Penguins are setting themselves up to never really have to go through a bad rebuild, because they're still staying competitive. Right? The Penguins right now, what they're doing is they are doing a retool on the fly to get younger. So I don't know if they're heading towards a rebuild. I really think that they are heading towards, after the big three retire or after the big three stop producing, they might go through a period of, we're not making the playoffs, but they're not going to be a bottom feeder at any point. The way that, Kyle Dubas is building this roster, he is getting younger while still staying competitive. You know what I mean? You're adding players like Chinikovs, who are younger. Chinikov was a first-round pick a few years ago. He's what, I think like 24 or something like that? Let's see, I'd sign Jim Pake out of nowhere and start him every game. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, the Penguins, I feel like they're really heading towards the ability to just get younger without a full rebuild. And that's kind of what they're doing. A perpetual cycle of getting younger to stay competitive. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with the Penguins right now. The Penguins, they left Fleury expose that one flaw in the Penguins role model team, you said? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that the way the Penguins are building it, you know what I mean? The way the Penguins are building right now. I'm not talking years past. I'm saying the way the Penguins are built right now is a really good role model to follow. Have aging vets that are still producing at a high level, right? Again, looking at Crosby, he is pacing towards 90 points. A 90-point season. At 38. And that just comes from knowledge of the game. When you know the game, you're able to make it happen. And then you have the youth that is able to keep the speed of the game high so that players like Crosby can just shovel it up ice. And bada bing, bada boom, there's Ben Kindle punching it in for a goal. Or there's Igor Chinikov at the blue line, just able to punch it right through with speed. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Those Pens are a little short in talent. And that is because the Penguins have been using basically they've been using Wilkes to get the players that they want. They have been using Wilkes to get the players they want for their roster. He's on pace for 20 points. Exactly. Point per game. Yeah. Right now he has, he has 57 points. 25 points in the next 30 games would get him a point a game. Locked up. So, I mean, the Penguins are putting together one of the best ways of doing a rebuild without a rebuild. Usually you say rebuild, there's about, 3 or 4 years where you suck. You know what I mean? But the Penguins aren't doing that. They're doing a rebuild on the fly while still staying competitive, which is crazy. It's just crazy. But now we're here in the second period now. The Flyers still maintaining their power play. We'll see what they can do with it. Exactly, John. And that's what's happening, is that the Penguins are not going through a rebuild. They're going to be going through a retooling. Hello. Into the offensive end, the Flyers go. We're getting ready to call a Flyers goal to the near side. A chance passing across again to the near side. Wide open net for Zegras. He shoots and scores. A quick pass leaving a wide open net. A freaking toddler could have made that. They pushed Kemper way out to the far side. Wow. So the Flyers converting on a power play. They get the first power play goal of the game. Let me see. We shall see here. So, the Flyers over to the near side. Yeah, power play did expire because of the goal. So, over to the near side, back in behind the net towards the far. Puck goes loose. The Kings going to get it in the offensive end. Working with it off of the stick there of Trevor Moore. Back onto the far side towards the top of the zone. Going to be taken out by Denver Barkley. Into the offensive end. The Flyers going to send it. And back in behind the net to Doughty to the near side. Moving it out the other way. Up through center. Going to be off the stick here of Joel Armia. Down low. Chance shot. Going to be gloved by Vladar. Okay. We shall see. Let us see. All right, so taking a look there, Trevor Zegras, most goals by a player with a new team at 20. I mean, it's crazy, bro. So, we shall see. Oh my gosh. That is great. So, here we go. To the near side, the Flyers going to clear it out of the zone for the Kings to take it back. But PFT on teams building more domes, they say, quote, if Russia built a dome, they'd all be speaking German right now. Or French. Could have been under Napoleon. But back in behind, over to the far side, down low, the Flyers in the offensive end, trying to connect with Couturier to the far side, top of the zone, sending it, shot by Sealer, not going to go, loose puck, and Kemper able to get the nice freeze. Basically, the point of it is that if Russians built domes to avoid the winter, they wouldn't have been able to stick up to the Russian winter in World War II, and Nazi Germany would have taken them over, which is true. If they weren't ready for the winter, there would have been a winter stalemate, and then Germany would have just continued their onslaught in the spring. Just saying. So here we go. We got a face-off on the near side circle in the Flyers offensive end. Going to take the draw is going to be Bobby Brink up against Quinton Byfield. And over to the near side, the Kings win the draw. Moving it out towards center, going up the other way. The Flyers striking it back. Bobby Brink into the offensive end on a pass. Down low with a chance behind the net over to the far side. Zegras with the puck, losing it control. And the Kings are going to move it out the other way with Brant Clark into the offensive end, going to dump it around the corner to the far side. And the Kings take it away in front top of the zone. Oh, excuse me. And the Kings will take it back into the defensive end. And here we go. Over to the near side, down low. And over to the far side, or to the near side. I don't think that counts as a sport. It's not a sport. It's the idea of if you try to avoid the elements, it just makes you weaker. A shot by the Flyers is going to go wide. But the sentiment behind that quote is hiding from the elements instead of facing the elements just makes you weaker. That's the sentiment behind it. And NFL teams are trying to hide from the elements, which ultimately makes teams weaker to the elements. So that was the sentiment behind it. So, and again, they weren't saying that that war was a sport. But a shot connecting and get blocked before it even gets to the net. Over to the far side, sending it down low. Towards the near side, back in behind to the far, along the boards. Domes are fruity. Are they fruitier than Edmonton's goal horn? A shot, a nice chance by the Flyers off the stick of Dvorak. Over to the far side, cross to the near. Working without a stick, actually, for the it's going to be Hellenius for the Kings. To the top of the zone, back over to Drysdale, sending it around the near side. Off of the stick now of Konechny. Taking it around. Far side pass. Over to Konechny. Top of the zone, sending it towards the net. Shot going to get redirected over to the near side. And the Kings cleared out, but we got a whistle. All right. So like advantage Green Bay then, look at Miami. Exactly. So teams avoiding the elements, just like if Russia would have, in World War II, if Russia would have said, we're going to practice in domes, we're not going to do our military drills out in the elements, they would have lost World War II. I mean, simple as that. The Germans would have launched their offensive, got stalled out at Stalingrad, but both sides would have settled in for the winter, and then the Germans resumed their attack in the spring. That's simply what would have happened. More than likely. A chance in front of the net, not able to go for the Flyers, and the Kings taking it out the near side. So that's the sentiment behind it. If they built domes instead of practicing in the elements and playing in the elements, they would have lost the war. Let's see, we got Ushenko saying got $100 on the Kings. Well, we'll see here. The Flyers currently possessing all the game's momentum. Ever since that goal was overturned by the King, or that King's goal was overturned, it's been all Flyers. Over to the far side. Working with it along the boards is going to be Noah Cates. Tip it to the near side, not able to connect. Again, top of the zone, sending it down low. Shot going to get redirected wide to the far side, and the Kings not able to clear the zone yet. Here come the Flyers. A shot denied by Kemper. And yes, sir, True Joe, I agree with them flags, bro. Yes, sir. And Washington crossed the Delaware on Christmas during the winter because the Brits were... Exactly. If you don't play in the elements, you become weak, and you become susceptible to attack. Simple as that. So here we go, ready to roll. Ready to rumble. So to the near or to the far side, back in, down low. Battling with that puck up in front of the net. Chance for the Kings in the offensive end, but goes back in behind. Over to the near side. Shot not able to go. The Flyers moving it out the other way. Up through center into the offensive end. Going to send it along the boards. Puck wrestled away. And the Kings taking it back to the near side through center. Off of the stick. It's offside. Kempe tried to move it in. LaFerriere just could not get back on side. Okay. But yeah, we shall see. So we shall see. So we got far side neutral zone draw. And here we go. Again, 14:45 to go here in the second. 11 shots on goal apiece. The Flyers have had all the momentum since that goal was overturned in the first period. Everything's not looking good right now. I think the Avs. I don't know if the Avs take the cup. But this time of struggle has definitely been a benefit for them. But Nathan McKinnon, assisted by Laakkonen, going to get the second goal in that one to make it 2-0 at the first intermission. As the Kings battling for that puck back in behind the net. Over to the far side, working off the stick of Deslauriers. Shot, chance, going to be redirected wide. Back in behind the net to the near side. The Kings trying to move it out. And they will off of Fiala, but never mind. Kept in the offensive end there by Hathaway. And a chance can be maintained at the top of the zone, sending it down low to the far side. Back in behind the net, able to connect with Couturier. Chance over to the near side, shot! Gonna be denied by Kemper. A chance again, top of the zone, over to the near side, down low, working it low. Chance, shot! Puck gets redirected over to the far side. Bodies flopping all around the net. And the Kings will clear the zone successfully. Wow. That is a way to do it. Man, so over to the near side, working with that puck back in behind the net. The Kings going to take it away off of the stick of Dumoulin. And that puck gets cleared all the way out. And it's going to be icing on the Kings. This game has been surprisingly physical, I'd have to say. I would never have thought that these two teams would have been super physical with each other, but they are. They are being hyper physical right now. So we shall see. Okay. So, working with the puck, top of the zone. The Flyers sending it back in down low, over towards the near side. And puck gets out of play. All right, so they're stepping away for a commercial. Ushenko playing at time. Be patient. That is true. That do be true. Can't be crunched with that. And the thing is that, I mean, the Red Wings are going to have their, the Red Wings are not terrible. The Red Wings are not bad by any stretch of the word. I mean, again, taking a look here at the standings. You're 2 points behind. Yes, Tampa has 3 games in pocket. But at 70 points right now, you would have to basically get overtaken by a team that is 11 points behind you in the standings, with minimal games in pocket, if any, if you want to drop out of a playoff spot. All that matters is getting to play hockey in late April and May. Once you get into late April and May, anything's possible. I think, the Wings will make a pretty good playoff run, for sure. Buffalo does play. That do be true. Sabres, we talked about it earlier. The Sabres going to be playing today at 7 o'clock against the Montreal Canadiens. Technically, the Germans surrendered in May. The Japanese didn't stop until August. Go Sabres. That do be true. That do be true. Japan didn't surrender until we literally dropped the sun on them. Wings fan, but welcome back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man. If the Sabres make the playoffs, it breaks the drought. That do be true, and I think they do. Again, the Sabres are really positioning themselves well right now. And, again, they've been in the middle of this stretch that I've been saying is going to be the point where I would buy in on them, right? And if I look at their stretch right now, right? It was the 10-game stretch leading up to the Olympic break. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In those 10 games, the only loss has come against Carolina. Oh, the Flyers are going to be on a power play now because the puck went out of play after not being deflected. Thank you for streaming the Flyers game. Absolutely, Cappy Crunch. Absolutely, man. We try to go live as much as we can, about 6 to 8 games a week, give or take. So absolutely, man. If you enjoy the stream, man, drop a like, drop a sub. Always appreciate it, man. We go live for hockey all season. And we're going to be doing a lot of hockey in the spring. So over to the far side, the Flyers working with it from the top of the zone. Shot going to be redirected and gloved by Kemper. That shot by Drysdale. They played Tampa twice in Florida before and after the break, so not an easy road ahead. Exactly. I mean, the 10 games leading up, right? The 10 games for the Sabres that I would say that would buy me in. At Carolina, at Nashville, at Montreal, at the Isles, at the Leafs, versus the Kings, versus Montreal, at Florida, at Tampa, versus Pittsburgh. That is that 10-game stretch that I was talking about that'll cause me to buy in on them. If they can get points in like 7 or 8 of those games, I'm in. In that Carolina game, I consider that they got a point because they played Carolina really well that game. We were live for that. That was an incredible game. So, again, I mean, we were live for the Minnesota game. But here we go. By the way, they played Minnesota really well. And they played Carolina pretty well, too. So, I mean, I'm close to buying in on Buffalo as a playoff team. I really am close to putting them in as a contender. But over to the far side, or near side, moving it up to the offensive end. Konechny passing across, gets redirected into the neutral zone. The Flyers towards the near side, connecting with Drysdale on the defensive end along the boards to Konechny. Up through center into the offensive end. They're going to take it. Konechny passing back, trying to keep it in the offensive end, sending it down low, scrambling to make sure they can reestablish a zone presence along the far side, taken back. Top of the zone, the Flyers to the near side. Going to go across. Puck goes loose. Maintained by Zegras down to the near side over to Bobby Brink. Down low along the boards now to Zegras, passing across to the point. Back to Zegras. Back across wing to wing at the top of the zone. Losing control of it's Bobby Brink. LaFerriere trying to get there for the Kings. Going to go back down low to the near side. Moving it out the other way. And the Kings are going to clear the zone with 50 seconds to go on the power play and 12:09 in the period. Liking Chinakhov over 2.5 shots on goal at plus 170. I like that too. Chinakhov, especially because Chinakhov could make that jump to the top line tonight, depending on if Gino plays or not. If Gino doesn't play, I could very well see Chinakhov hopping into that top line. So over to the far side, a bit of a tie-up for that puck along the boards. But I mean, I really like that because I could see Chinakhov jumping to that top line tonight if Gino doesn't play. And he's going to get a lot of time. So down low along the boards into the corner, moving that puck around towards the top of the zone. Puck going to be loose, taken back by the Flyers along the far side. Sending it down low to the near side, back to the far, still along at the circle to the top of the zone, down to the circle again. Chance at the top and then right in front of the net, not able to connect though. And again at the top of the zone, going to be maintained off of the stick of Denver Barkley. Down low, over to the near side. Puck gets cleared out. Here's a breakaway chance as the power play expires with a chance. He shoots. Denied by Vladar. What a chance by Cody Ceci. Man. Talk about a chance as the power play expires. Getting a breakaway opportunity out of the bin. Wow. You know, the Flyers kind of got bailed out the fact that it was Cody Ceci and not someone like, you know, Kempe, Kopitar, Perry, LaFerriere. Thankfully, it wasn't one of those guys that was in the sin bin. Otherwise, you're talking a 3-1 game there. So over to the far side, down low towards the near. Along the board, sending it back down low. The Flyers moving it out of their own end. From Couturier towards Hathaway. Going to go back into the neutral zone. The Kings taking it away. Back down to their defensive end, passing wing to wing, creating some room. Back into the defensive end for some more room. And moving it out into the offensive end for the Kings with a chance. Working with it, Kempe. Sending it to the near side. A chance, a shot. Going to get redirected. And puck goes out of play. A little bit of extracurricular breaking out there between Hathaway. It all started with Hathaway and Edmonton. Edmonton taking a little slash job after the play at Hathaway, and they did not like that. Good to finally get Vladar back. We missed him. He's been playing well today. He really has been playing well. He's a good stalwart goaltender for the Flyers. So, it's a really big boost getting him back. Yeah, it was a little cross-check. It was a little cross-check afterward. Hathaway didn't like it. Throws the stick back. Couturier gets involved. Corey Perry gets in there. Ristolainen gets in there. And then everybody grab your partner. It's time to fight for their right to party. Benkin and Kempe getting into it now with each other. I would not have thought this was going to be a chippy game, but man, they have surprised me. Man. We'll see. Well, you know, you don't need to be a lip reader to hear that. He just dropped an F-bomber to the Kings. Oh my God. So near side draw. Kempe gonna take the draw here against Hathaway. And face off one top of the zone for the Kings. A chance shot gonna be redirected over to the far side. This is looking like a game we could see a fight in the third period. A shot from the top of the zone over to the near side. Going to be maintained. Clark from the point, sending it shot. Going to go wide. Again, Clark getting to it again towards the top of the zone. Trying to connect across. Over to Perry. Perry to the top of the zone. Working with it now to Kempe. Across over to the far side. Clark sending it towards the net. Going to get redirected to the near side. And the Flyers are going to take it back. Going up the other way. Going to be Hathaway flipping it into the zone. Again, backing around. The Flyers going to go for a change. The Kings taking it back with Kempe over to the near side. Passing it back down low to Edmondson. Under 10 to play here in the second period. Past the halfway point in this game. Up through center to the far side. And puck going to get moved out the other way. Going to be taken and frozen by Darcy Kuemper. All right. We shall see. Do we have any news on X? Okay. Let me see. So, finally get the face off, it looks like, here soon. And Kings get it, moving it out the other way. And going to be taken back in the offensive end, working with it. Taylor Ward trying to find some help. Over to the far side in the offensive end. Puck going to be shot, not going to go. A nice deflection by Vladar. Oh, we got info on Malkin? Let me take a look. A chance shot by Sealer, not going to go. Let me see. Connecting it. Round shot. What a save by Kemper. Evgeny Malkin's a game time decision. Stu's in net. Will Red Wings inquire of anyone before the deadline? Well, I mean, there's options. There's definitely a lot of players who are, on the block. I don't know who specifically they go for, though. I mean, maybe... Does Panarin make sense? I haven't really been up to date on the Red Wings specifically. Would like an Artemi Panarin make sense? Yeah, damn you, it's 20 minutes ago. Evgeny Malkin is a game time decision. So, 30 minutes ago, but still. Now, I like Panarin, but he's getting up there in age. That is true, but again, if you're trying to make a run this year, right? Let's just say, hypothetically, you're trying to make a run this year, maybe for this year, next year, and the year after. If they sign Panarin to a 2-year extension, you get him locked up for this year and the next 2. Through the 28 season. Or through the, 27-28 season. Yeah. What's the, you're going to be paying a bit now, but you get competition and competitiveness for a couple years out of it. Exactly. He might get a 3-year. I mean, the thing with Panarin is he wants a deal in place. Panarin's big thing is I will take a trade, but I want a deal in place before as part of the deal. So, I mean, that's the thing, is if he fills in a need for the Wings, for sure. For sure, I would say go for it, especially if they can make it work cap-wise. Because, Panarin, yeah, he's getting up there in age, but a 2 to 3 year extension's not a bad idea. Gives you another 2 to 3 years in that window, and it gives you a big boost right now for this year. So, but Dan Kingerski, he had everybody. Damn you, Evgeny Malkin is a game time decision. Obviously, that's a better prognosis than Chris Letang, who will be a game time decision in late February. So the Kings into the offensive end, working with it off the stick of Byfield over to the far side. Chance in front, going to be denied and redirected to the far side. Going to be now maintained by Fiala, down low, across in front, intercepted by Zegras, and moving it up the other way is the Kings. Or the Flyers, over to the near side. Man. Avalanche after O'Reilly. I could see that. Albert Thomas could be nice. That's true as well. That do be true too. The big domino I'm interested in is Robo. Does Robo leave Dallas? And if he does, where does he go? You gotta think Dallas is probably wanting to get something, right? My thought is Robo does move. You know what I mean? I'm sure what's happening is they're probably gonna use the Olympic break to try and work an extension with Robo. To try and see if they could, and work with some of the other players. Work if they're willing to restructure deals for effect after this year. The thing is, Robo wants 12 mil, but he also, from what PDF said, right? PDF's a big Dallas fan. He's more in tune with Dallas sports. He heard that Robo's willing to take a pay cut to stay in Dallas. So he might be taking $8 million to stay in Dallas. You know what I mean? Which is fine, but Dallas needs to come up with $8 million somewhere. They don't got that kind of space right now. You know what I mean? So I can see them using the break to say, hey, let's rework some of the deals with some of the people we have, maybe Tyler Seguin or a couple others, to try and work out a new deal, and a retroactive deal. Something that would take place after this season so that they could then sign Robo to an extension effective next year at an $8 million a year. If not, I think the Penguins should pursue him. I would be more than willing to give up Brian Rust, Koivu or McGroarty, and a first-round pick for Robo. And sign him, get his rights, so that you basically get to say, hey, the league's going to give you $10 million, we'll give you $10 million. What time do the Pens game start? What time do the game start? And are the Pens playing this? So the Pens, they start playing at 3:30. Nominally, it's probably going to be closer to 4. But this game started at 12:30. That's a lot. It is a lot, but also it's Robertson. One of the top big goal-scoring forwards in the league. Slot him in on that first line. And you might even be able to do it with rust and a pick without giving up one of your prospects. You know what I mean? But here we go. To the far, or to the near side, down low, Kempe. Who do the Pens play? They play the Rangers. It's the reunion of the 2015-16 Cup team. And all fans in attendance will get a replica ring from the 2016 Stanley Cup Championship. Over to the far side, the Flyers trying to take it back out of the defensive end, tied up for that puck into the corner. And it's going to be moved up along the boards. The Kings maintaining possession, passing across, nobody home. And over to the near side, into the corner, down low, taking Corey Perry towards the top of the zone, maintained by the Flyers, and they're going to clear the zone. No icing. But Barkley in pain, able to get over to the bench in pain, limping over there. So over to the far side, down low, working with it, going to be sent on in. 2015-16, my senior year of high school, I miss it. I kind of miss high school too, bro. I kind of miss high school too. But top of the zone, shot to the near side, going to go wide. And over to the far side, moving it out, going to be towards the top of the zone they go. But send into the offensive end again, down to the near side, trying to hit CC, not able to connect. The Kings going to keep it in, though, off of the stick of Kuzmenko. Down to the far side, trying to connect over there with Jeff Malott. Trying to move it around behind the net and going to be taken back out the other way by the Flyers. Sanheim trying to move it out, but the Kings get it back again. A chance in front of the net. What an effort by Vladar to stop any goals. And over to the far side, Couturier able to do a nice job at tying up the Kings. So here we go to the near side, down low. Working with it towards the top of the zone. Back in behind the net from Doughty. Over to Drysdale. Take a look at Drysdale for the Flyers. 2 minutes shift time. He's going to be hopping off the bench to the bench here now. And it's going to be icing. So that means, oh my gosh. Drysdale, Konechny, both at 2:21, and they have to stay on ice because of the icing. Wow. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Avs game. We heard some news coming out of there. 3-0. Ross Colton assisted by Nelson and Manson, and now they're on the power play again. And Letang will need at least 6 weeks to recover from his foot injury. Yeah, I mean, they said at least 4 weeks. My expectation is probably the first or second week of March he comes back. You know what I mean? Somewhere around there. We're going to try this down, connect me both on a 2:21 shift. Oh, excuse me, a 2:21 shift. And there we go. No icing. Now they can make the change. I hope my Wings finally make some moves before the deadline. I think they will. The Red Wings have done enough this year to deserve it, just like the Isles. And over to the far side, moving it out the other way. The Kings at center for Doughty into the offensive end to his buddy Kopitar. Why did I blank Kopitar's name? Move out to the near side. And into the offensive end, back in behind. Going to be taken back out for an icing. That'd be awesome. The thing is, you know he's going to go to the Penguins. As much as it would be nice for him to go to the Red Wings, you know he's going to go with the Penguins. You know why I say that? Kyle Dubas has a thing for getting all the Russians on his team. Who needs a Russian Olympic team? We have the Pittsburgh Penguins. Russians abound. Russians aplenty. You know what I mean? He went for Zamula, Russian. He got Chinikov, Russian. I mean, they're going for the Russians. Oh my gosh. But I don't think he's going to go to Pittsburgh. In all reality, I don't think he does. I think it's more likely we get Robo. Except in goal. That is true. The Latvian in goal. Oh my gosh. But here we go to the near side. The Flyers in the offense until the chance. Kate shot going to go wide. Over to the far side. Top of the zone. Going to be taken back by the Kings. Flyers keeping it now in the neutral zone. Pittsburgh produced more steal than national Germany. Oh, we have a delayed penalty against the Kings. I think. Did they say delayed penalty? No, they didn't say delayed penalty. I thought it was, but no. But here we go. From the near side, Kempe sending it towards the net. Going to go wide right. Over to the far side. The Kings keeping it in the zone. From the top of the zone, going to be off of Brant Clark. 4:02 to play in the period. A chance. Wrapping it around towards the top of the zone. The Kings clear themselves out. I think the Western wild card should be a true wild card and a team or two from the East. Oh my gosh. Bro, the East is crazy this year, bro. The East is crazy. Like, the Blue Jackets, with their win last night, went from 7th to 4th in the Metro. They literally went from 7th to 4th with one win. It's unusual to see so many Western Conference teams struggling this year. That is true. That is true. Yeah, Vazzy, Sorokin, Bobrovsky. Yeah, Solovyov's another Russian. Kyle Dubas went for another Russian as well. I forgot Solovyov. I mean, come on. Wild card should be determined by points in the NHL. I can see that, but also at the same time, they don't want to have two Eastern Conference teams in the Stanley Cup Finals. That's the other thing, is that they don't want to have Eastern versus Eastern. The wild card, it's defined as an Eastern versus Western. You know, the year they do that will be the year it's going to be an East-East Stanley Cup, and that's just not, you know what I mean? But here we go. Down over to the far side, into the corner, puck tied up, about 3:10 to go. I feel bad for Kent Johnson. I thought he would break out. Now we'll see, man. Through center to the offensive end. The Kings sending it, battling it down low for Trevor Moore. Over to the far side. And that puck going to clear the zone, force the Kings to get back on side, but it's going to be taken back now. The Flyers up through center. Going to dump it into the offensive end as York over to the near side, battling for that possession. The Kings going to get it away with Malott. Still along to Byfield. Going to flip it out now with 2.5 to go. And into the offensive end. Taking that is going to be off the stick of Ward. Over to the far side. Chance shot by Byfield. Not going to go. Over to the far side. Battling for that possession into the corner. Along the boards and going to get flipped around to the corner again. Going to move it around now towards Juleson. Towards the top of the zone. Going to be flipped out by Konechny. And to the far side. The Flyers moving it into the offensive end. Back over to the far side. Wouldn't that be unfair travel-wise, too? In a sense. In a sense. But here we go. To the near side, to the top of the zone. Yeah, Boston versus LA. That'll be a crazy round one, man. So, here we go. Into the offensive end. The Flyers send the puck. About 90 seconds to go in the period. Along the near side, boards top of the zone, sending it across. Chance shot, going to get redirected towards the net. Not able to go. Towards the near side again. Top of the zone, working with it now. Going to be off the stick of Deslauriers. Deslauriers over to the far side. Going to be taken by the Kings for now. Back in behind the net, the Flyers. Sending it in front of the net, taken back by the Kings, and they're going to clear this zone. And it's going to settle up, so no icing. Taken back by the Flyers by Sanheim. Over to the far side, especially the Bruins swept. That do be true. So here we go, towards the near side. What's the point of division and conference then? Yeah, I mean, although division and conference would still be determined, division would still be determined by that. We got a whistle with 50 seconds to go. Yeah, that was just saying wild card. Yeah. So, and that's why I am a big proponent. You know, there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, look at the wild card. If you look at the wild card teams, and if I pull up the standings, right, and people would say like, oh, look at that. The top wild card teams that missed the playoffs have more points than some of the teams that are in the playoffs. Whoa, that's bad. The point is that It's divisions, you know, just like people in the NFL that say, you know. Now, one thing I think the NFL could do, you can see a 500 team make it into the playoffs. Yeah, that is true. Oh my gosh. They would do that if they would have to do 1-16. They would if they had to. And no, what I'm saying that, you know, there's people that say, and the same thing happens with the NFL. Oh, but some teams missed the playoffs, and the 9-win Panthers made the playoffs in the NFC, but some 10-win teams missed it. What's the point of divisions then? The point of divisions is that you've got to win the division to make it out into the playoffs. You know what I mean? To secure a spot. It's just like the college football playoffs. You got to win your conference. You got to win the SEC. You got to win the Big Ten in order to make it to the playoffs. Otherwise, there's no point to the conferences. There's no point to the divisions. You know what I mean? Why do I always sound like that? No, it's not directed at you, bro. It's not directed at you, Truth Chiller. It's more so that people that say that the top 3 in the division shouldn't automatically make it. No, that is BS. Because then what's the point of the division? You got to perform well in your division. You know what I mean? Exactly. Look at Notre Dame. They didn't make it because they didn't win a conference. Because they're not in a conference because they're too good for that. But yeah, I mean, people that say that, it's like, no. Now, I would agree if the NFL would say every division winner makes a playoff spot, but you're not guaranteed a home field advantage. I could see that. You know what I mean? Instead of having the Rams at the Panthers, it would have been the Panthers at the Rams. I could see that. You know what I mean? But here we go. To the near side, back in behind the net to the far side, battling for that possession. And Notre Dame should join a conference. The problem is that they think, for whatever reason, their backwards math says if we stay independent, we make more money than if we were in a conference. Flyers behind to the connecting to the near side, not able to get the shot in, and that puck going to get cleared out with 15 seconds to go in the period. Oh, yeah, Jason, division winners in, but not home field. Exactly. A chance, and Kemper gets taken out. Kemper's hurt, and they're going to let the period end, but Kemper was hurt. Kemper's slow to get up. Also, Zegras, I think, is in there slow to get up as well. Kemper's all right, but Zegras is hurt. Oh, Zegras is in a lot of pain. They're going to let it go to the end of the second, I think. A little bit of a trip. Was it a trip? Let me see. Yeah, a little bit of a tripping that was missed. Zegras able to get up, thankfully. Kemper looks like he's all good. I don't know how that wasn't a trip, bro. I mean, it was a trip. The refs must have just missed it. Bad division you win. That's auto home field. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, the better record should be home. But yeah, I mean, conference CNC has shared the proceeds with Notre Dame number 1. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Is that's the thing. Is that you are responsible for your own deals, which means that you can do what you want. But if nobody wants to televise you because you're wanting too much money, you're not going to make money. You know what I mean? So, who do I like in the Super Bowl? You're kind of asking me it's kind of a biased question that you're asking me for one reason. So this hat is like my trademark hat, but also yeah, screw them Seahawks. Go Pats. Go Pats, go. Yeah, go Pats, go. Plus, I also said it, I'd also like to be proven right and vindicated because right after the draft, I'm like, watch out for New England they just did the perfect draft. So be wary. It might not be this year, but watch out in a couple years. They're going to be dangerous. They're making all the right moves. So I am on the Pats train for this one, partially because I called them to be good, and they're actually good again. And part of it because, you know, screw the Seahawks. You left early. Why'd you leave early, Petsko? My dad is rooting for the Seahawks because he can't stand the idea of the Patriots getting more Super Bowls lifetime than the Steelers. But the Steelers don't deserve to be in the conversation of the most Super Bowl wins. Not the way this organization has decayed from a prideful organization in their we are a winning franchise to we are a stable franchise. I mean, they did have an easy schedule. But also, taking advantage of an easy schedule at that rate, you know, going 17-3, even on a soft schedule, is not easy to do. Oh, you threw up in the middle of the second period. That's not good. Hopefully you'll be good, man. You're 51-49 in favor of Seattle, but I don't really care. Anyway, any but LA is a win for me. You can't tell John hates LA. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's the big thing, is that the Patriots did take advantage of an easy schedule, but they took advantage of it by far. It wasn't like they took advantage of an easy schedule winning, 9 or 10 games. They won 14 games, then won 3 straight in the playoffs with their defense. Granted, yes, it was Jarrett Stidham for the Broncos. You know what I mean? But even in the playoffs, the Texans, that defense is a formidable unit. The offense didn't really shine, but the defense held their own. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think the Rams. Oh my gosh, Sean. Let's take a look real quick. The Avs up 3-0. 9:34 to go in the second period. Meanwhile, the only goal in that period was Trevor Zegras, assisted by Brink and Konechny on the power play to make it a 1-goal game. Getting a little update on our collegiate game. Let me find it here. Go ahead and get a little reload here. So Michigan State up 2-1 with 16:08 to go in the second period. The goals so far in that game were scored by Daniel Russell, as we stated earlier. Then Aiden Fink for Penn State, 13 seconds into the second period, assisted by Dane Dowiak and Gavin McKenna to make it 1-1. And then Charlie Stramel, assisted by Porter Martone, made it 2-1 Michigan State. Let's see. The Pats averaged 29 points per game in the regular season, second to only the Rams. Exactly. So, it's the fact that the Patriots took advantage of an easy schedule, and they were dominant in that easy schedule. That's the thing. That's the thing, is that they took advantage of an easy schedule and dominated it. There's a difference between winning an easy schedule and dominating an easy schedule. You know what I mean? That's where your difference comes into play. And you've had teams that have just taken advantage of an easy schedule and just skirted by. You know what I mean? We've seen that plenty of times in the past. Then you have those other times where they take an easy schedule and they dominate it. In fact, let me see. NFL strength of schedule rankings for 2025 season. So, based on actual win percentage weeks 1 to 16, yes, the Patriots had the easiest, right? But also, you had teams like Dallas, who had a relatively easy schedule. They barely skirted by. Chicago had a bit more of a rough run. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. So during the Penn State-Oregon game, football game, I was pulling for Oregon on that one. Because I don't really have a horse in college football, right? I was just pulling for Oregon because Oregon. So whenever Penn State won, I turned around. They were, me and my buddy were there. We shouted, "We are quite bad." Your schedule will reflect upon their success next season, which will truly be their exactly. And that's the thing, is that the Patriots took advantage of an easy schedule and dominated. You look at teams like, the Cowboys, the Bears. The Broncos had an easy schedule and they kind of struggled at times. The Chargers, the Bills, Eagles. I mean, they had harder schedules definitely than the Patriots, but they're all teams that were in the top 10 easiest schedules, and they didn't really get a lot of those points per game. The Patriots did lose to the Raiders, and that's why that game was played in Denver, not in New England. Had the Patriots have beaten Denver, even if they still finished with the same record, the Patriots would have hosted the AFC Championship. They would have had the top seed. You're not wrong about Penn State. A forgettable season. Yes. So we're in this bar, right? Me and it's PDF, right? Me and PDF were watching this game at a local bar, right? A local pizza bar, right? And it was after he got off of work, and after the game ends in overtime, he just started shouting, "We are," and I'm like, he started shouting, "We are," and I'm like, "Quite bad." Oh my gosh. Oh, you went to a B-Dubs. Bro, B-Dubs, man. B-Dubs is my spot every Thursday, John. B-Dubs is my spot every Thursday. They got the BOGO boneless wings. Man, I always do it. I always get like 30 wings. Buy 15, get 15. Take home a bunch of leftovers, and I have lunch for Friday and Saturday. I'm a little surprised to see Coach Frank got removed so quickly. You cracked the emoji code? Yes, I did. I saw the Buffalo and Wings, and I knew Buffalo Wild Wings, B-Dubs. Although, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit more of a Wingstop guy. In fact, actually, we're getting a Wingstop here, actually. Let me see here. When is the Wingstop opening here? Opening soon. As of January 26th. There's still not an opening date. I want Wingstop. I haven't had Wingstop since I last went out to Indiana in the beginning of October. Now you guys in Pittsburgh? I am in the Pittsburgh region, bro. I am in the Pittsburgh region. You guys have the best sauces. Dusty Official. The thing is, B-Dubs is good, but I like Wingstop a bit more. I like Wingstop's dry rubs. I love Wingstop's hot honey. I am a sucker for Wingstop's hot honey. Like, they do it really well. Plus, if you get like 20 wings at Wingstop, like out in Indiana, I would get this boneless bundle. I had to go with RFK. Like, I would get this boneless bundle. And amen, RFK. Amen to that, bro. But yeah. Oh, Wingstop is incredible. Like, it's good. I would say the wing quality is a little bit better at Wingstop. And the hot honey is amazing. But sauces, if you're getting sauces, I think B-Dubs takes the win. If you're getting wet sauces. But if you're getting, the hot honey. Your city doesn't have Wingstop. My city doesn't, my area doesn't have one, but we're getting one. And I got Wingstop out in college. Like, I went to a Bible study my senior year. And in my senior year, I would go to this Bible study. It was hosted by a professor, right? Which actually was an instrumental part in me spiritually. But either way, after the Bible study, I would go to Wingstop. Because the Bible study would end at 10. Social hour would get out between 10:30 and 11 by the time I would leave every Wednesday, right? So it was like, okay, I'm going to get dinner because I didn't have time to get dinner beforehand. But where am I going to go to get dinner? The only thing that's open that late is like Wingstop. Oh, PM. Yeah, it was an evening because it was a college Bible study, right? So classes don't begin till 8 a.m. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, is I would always do that. So I went to college out in Indiana, and it was a lot of college age students that would go to it because it was hosted by a professor at the college. Taco Bell's. I'm not like a Mexican food guy. I'm not a Mex-American. I'm not a Mexican food guy in general, or Mex-American, or Tex-Mex, or anything like that. It's just not me. Plus, if I were to go to Taco Bell at that hour, it would be like a 30-40 minute wait. Whereas if I ordered Wingstop, I'd order it before I even left the Bible study, and then I'd pick it up on the way back, and it would just be like a 2-minute detour. Plus, it was on the way to campus. Taco Bell would have been out of the way. But yeah, like I would go to Wingstop and I'd get a boneless bundle. Like they had the boneless wing bundle, which is like an order of 20 boneless wings with a large fry for like $17. And like they would load you up. Like, cause they'd take those wings that were too small for them to sell on their own and just throw them in there. And like, it was incredible. So, what should I try first? Wingstop. I would say Wingstop. I think Wingstop has a better wing, personally. At least when it comes to boneless. I prefer Wingstop's wing over B-Dubs. But B-Dubs sauces are, are better. I was going to Bible college. So I didn't go to a Bible college, but I went to it was a private university out in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I went to a Bible study that was hosted by a professor there. But that was a huge thing in my spiritual journey. One of the big series, in fact, because I grew up in a Christian household, right? And let's see. Oh, it was not Purdue Fort Wayne. It was actually Indiana Tech. It was actually Indiana Tech. You'll see me sometimes in the Indiana Tech hoodies. But I did pass by PFW every day because I worked at a Pizza Hut out there. So, but yeah. Oh no, you're good. You're good. But I was in that Bible study that they went through this video series that really kind of helped. Cause I grew up in a believing household, but we never really were involved with the church or anything. So I kind of just like, I go through the words, I say the words, yada, 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 I believe, but nothing really ever made it here. And during my junior year, the latter part of my junior year, it was just nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, started with a car crash where I ended up sliding, plowing headfirst into somebody at 25 miles an hour, airbag deployed in my face, totaling the vehicle. And that was the start, then the whole spring semester was rough. Everything seemed to go wrong. Yes, Maximus! Yes! But like everything was going wrong at that time, it really felt like. And like, during that time, I wasn't really strong in my faith, but I was going to the Bible study. More so in my mind, it was like, oh, it's a social hour. Yeah, I mean, I was okay. I didn't really have any pain, maybe a little bit of soreness, but, but it didn't feel good. And all the stress that came with that of getting everything else situated, having to find a new car, dealing with a rental, And then the whole spring semester was a pretty rough semester for me in general as well. Exactly. I mean, I was lukewarm. Like, I believed it, but like nothing really ever made it down here. But what ended up happening was through that storm, it was actually during that storm, it was the 4th of July, 2024. I picked up this hat. Because, if you guys can't tell by the flag over there, I'm a patriot. I'm a big patriot. Exactly. Big guy does know how to get our attention. It was a whole rough mess, right? I was trying to get an internship at the time. None of the jobs I was applying for were connecting. Everything was just going wrong, right? I couldn't find an internship, had no secure job, all that fun stuff. And in the process of that, we're at this little place, right? This little market on the 4th of July, 2024. And I saw, ooh, that's a cool camo flag hat. I don't have a camo flag hat. In fact, I've worn it a little bit. Before I got this hat, I wore that hat a lot. This hat has since taken over as part of my brand, so to speak, I guess. But I got this camo flag hat. And this hat, I got it because of the camo flag. Little did I realize, I get home. And a couple nights later, I'm looking at the side of the hat, and I'm like, there's a Bible verse on the side of that. It was Joshua 1:9. Which, if I pull it up real quick, in the NIV, again, this is one I've always been reflecting on. I always remember the gist of it, but I can never remember the words. But it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." And that was something that kind of got the wheels turning. Then I go to the Bible study my senior year because I dropped the bowling team because, well, you know, the bowling team, the new coach was coming in. He was kind of playing favorites, and I wasn't one of the favorites. I'm like, I don't need to deal with that my senior year. So I start going to the Bible study on Wednesday nights that I couldn't go to because of bowling practice. It was down in the hood of Fort Wayne on the south side where, you know, you were getting out of there at 10 o'clock at night. And I go to that Bible study. You know, my thought is, oh, it's a social hour. Get me out, talk with people, make some friends. But we watched this video series. It was a video series produced by True You. The Hood, yes. But it was a video series produced by True You. It was Does God Exist? Dr. Stephen C. Meyer discussing, you know, going through everything. And the whole point of Does God Exist is there's 4 main worldviews. God does not exist, atheism. God exists, but did basically a Beyblade with the universe, created everything and then let it rip and doesn't touch it, doesn't influence his creation. There's the idea that God is in everything. God is in this keyboard. God is in this chair. God's in the flag back there. God's in this terrible towel. God is in everything. And then there's the idea of God had created everything and is an active participant in his creation, right? It breaks down those 4 worldviews and says, okay, let's look at astronomy. What are the chances that everything lined up so perfectly that this Earth is put in the right place at the right time? What are the odds of that? Taking those astronomically small odds and saying, okay, what's more likely? That happens just by sheer random generation of universes, or that, you know, there's some sort of intelligence behind the design. And then you get to the idea of biology. Proteins. If the proteins are made with a wrong amino acid, or the amino acid is in the wrong direction, in these chains of millions of amino acids, everything needs to be perfect. What are the odds that that all happens? Right? Again, by pure chance, not very likely. And then you factor in the idea that, you know, how can we know what's right and wrong? How can I tell you that killing babies is wrong if there is no true morality? If there's no objective morality, which would come from, you know, a creator, from a God. How can I tell you that killing children is wrong? How can I tell you that adultery is wrong? How can I tell you that anything is self-destructive if there is no greater moral power? And the Flyers get a goal, by the way. We're in the middle of this conversation, which I do want to finish, but the Flyers just got a goal. So the Flyers tie it up. But yeah, so it's like, you know, how can I tell you what is right and wrong if there is no moral objectivity? How do you know murder is wrong? How can I tell you that me going down the street and just headshotting someone randomly is wrong if there's no moral right and wrong, if there is no objective right and wrong? You know what I mean? So it uses all of those arguments to say, hey, what is the most likely cause? And what is the most likely story behind this universe? Is it that there is no God, that God created everything and let it rip, that God is in everything, or that God is an active participant in his creation? And it whittles it down and say that is that creation. And that was what really got me going deeper in my faith. And really, you know, in fact, actually, oh, the Kings looking at the idea of maybe an offside, by the way. Okay, so it's actually an official review now. Your grand design is necessary in developing a model core. Exactly, a moral core. Exactly. So it uses that to say, hey, we can't tell you what's right and wrong unless there is an objective, you know, an objective creator or an objective base, which would come from a creator. So that's the thing. And it uses that to make the argument there, which really got the wheels turning. And actually, just a couple weeks ago, I ended up getting baptized, you know, as I've been growing deeper in my faith, which is, you know, it's been a life-changing experience this whole last year. To where, like, even whenever I was in that job hunt, you know what I mean? And even going through this channel, never knowing what's going with this channel, you know, in my prayers, I've been like, you know, God, I know you know my heart. You know I love doing this channel, and I would love to do this full time, but that's only going to come from you and on your perfect time. And I'm not stressing. I'm not stressed because of that. I know, and this is a phrase that my mom has said, and it sticks with me. You know, I don't know what the future holds, but I know who holds the future, and I know he's not finished with me yet, and he won't fail me now. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, that's the big thing. That's really, you know, the big thing that's really been a positive on me is I've really felt less stress about day-to-day life. And just knowing that no matter what's going on, I'm not screwed. You know what I mean? I might say, oh, I'm screwed, but, you know, I'm not. I know true down that I'm not. You know what I mean? Oh, we need to update Nightbot. Let me go here real quick and update Nightbot. I forgot about that. Nightbot is still talking about 700 subscribers. We are on the road to 750. Let me edit that real quick. The King's gonna get hit with an icing here. But yeah, I mean that's kind of, you know, that's what really has been going on to me the last year. And last 2 years almost now. It really has been a life-changing experience. And that's why to those who might not believe or feel doubt, I mean, you know, Nightbot will unsub to get him at 700. Yeah, I had to update Nightbot on the timer to say 750, so now it should say 750 the next time. A chance of flyers to the near side. The flesh is the flesh. It likes for us to panic and not... Exactly. And that's all work of the devil. The devil wants to implant seeds of doubt. The devil wants to implant seeds of, well, what about this? What about that? How do you know? Is it right? You might not be right. And it's all a matter of saying that and just saying, you know, get behind me, Satan. You know what I mean? That's all it really is. Stop living in the past, Nightbot. Oh my gosh. So over to the near side, the Kings moving it out of the defensive end, up onto the offensive end with a chance. A shot going to be kick saved by Vladar to the far side. Down low, the Flyers trying to move it out the other way. Stays in the zone. Juleson getting into it to the near side, battling along the boards towards the top of the zone, and going to get moved out by the Flyers. And a chance for the Flyers. What a nice chance denied. Going out the other way, here come the Kings into the offensive end. And over to the near side, they move it. Over to the far side. Towards the top of the zone. Staying down low now. To the far side along the boards. Back in behind the net now to the near side to Kuzmenko. Tied up. That's another power play. Oh my gosh. So moving it out the other way through center into the offensive end. Going to dump it. So no icing. So up on into the offensive zone. And over to the far side, still down low. Moving it out the other way, the Flyers through center. And going to be frozen by Kemper. Okay. So we shall see. Taking a look at Konechny. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten better with that. I have gotten better with that, for sure. But here we go. So, near side draw. Grabenkin gonna be taking the draw up against Corey Perry. Or not Corey Perry, my bad. I thought it was Perry. It was Armia. But Sanheim passing across, not able to connect over to the far side. Lots of the Knights playing tonight. Well, let me take a look at who the Knights play. I remember looking at the Knights, but I don't remember who they play offhand. Kraken, I think they should get a win there. It should be a pretty straightforward win, I would say. But going up into the offensive end for the Kings. Back in behind the Knight of Vladar to the far side. Along the boards through center. No, it's better than Wingstop? What? What's better than Wingstop? Through center, the Flyers with the puck. No. 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 Over to the far side along the boards. Moving it up through center. The Kings into the offensive end with a chance. A shot going to be denied. Wide over to the near side. Let's see. If it is to be, it is up to me. Oh my gosh. That's good, Truth. That's good. But here we go. Gonna be offside on the Flyers. So 14:58 to go here in the third period. There we go. Now Nightbot's living in the here and now. We'll see. The Avalanche's fourth goal was Nathan McKinnon, assisted by Lakeinen. Gonna make it, and we have 4-on-4 actually at the start of the third period. Minute 52 of 4-on-4. But here we go. We got a near side circle draw. And ready to roll. Zegras getting the boot. There's going to be Brink taking it. So going back to the near side. The Flyers winning the draw along through center up into the offensive end with a chance. A shot. Going to go wide over to the far side. A rebound chance and frozen by Kemper. Nice job by Brink to work with it. Okay. How did you do that, RFK? You literally sent a message with nothing. How'd you pull that one off? Magic. Was it like a message or just like a space? Like just spaces? The Kings along the far side of the offense with a chance. Puck gonna get taken away by the Flyers. Up through center, they're gonna move. The near side, trying to connect with Zegras. Intercepted. Well, John, I see the period there. That's what I thought. Okay. So the Kings working with it out of their defensive end. Up through center to the near side of the offensive end. Off of Taylor Ward. And gonna be down to the near side. So back into the corner again with that puck. The Kings moving it around. Taken back by the Flyers by Grebenkin. And back in the defensive end, the Kings with the puck. Oh, it does not work on phones. Interesting. Well, here we go. So, taking it back is Juleson in the defensive end. There's the money, Lebowski. Oh, man. The Flyers trying to get to it back in their own end. Over to the near side, wing to wing, up through center. Here come the Flyers to the near side again into the offensive end. Sanheim not able to connect with anyone, and the puck going to get taken away to the near side. So, up through center, going to be moving up, is going to be allowed for Laferriere with a chance down low. They got Ron and Rascal saying, let's go Flyers. I don't know about that, but we got a bit of a fight there. Clark pushing and shoving with Sanheim among others. That rug really tied the room together? What do you mean, what rug? What rug? This isn't a rug, this is a blanket. What do you mean rug? I'm curious. I'm confused. Go Flyers. I don't like the Kings. You know, I'm going for the Kings today because screw Philly. Screw Philly. It is Philly. Also, by the way, I want to show you guys a little bit of a teaser. For those who might not be aware of the gaming channel that we have, it's a fun little thing on the side that we like to do. Just getting that off the ground, actually. And let me go ahead and pull up something real quick. I'll show you guys a little teaser of something we did. It's a minute teaser. Yeah, let me see here. Nope. That's not what I want to do. Let me see here. When will Donald Trump eat Big Macs on the gaming channel? When will Sleepy Joe eat ice cream? I don't know, man. I don't know. But let me go ahead, go to the window capture, change the properties on that to Edge. Let me lock up the 4-on-4. A little teaser for those. Stream tonight? Maybe. It depends on when I get back. But a little teaser here real quick.
Oh my God, Joe got factory reset. Obama, he's your problem now. I'm done. Weak. That hit was weaker than Joe Biden's mental capacity.
Hey, I don't have mental capacity issues. Back in Scranton, they called me Corn Pop for a reason. Sharp memory. I remember every detail, like that time with the chain and the pool and... Wait, was that a Pokemon battle? No, that was malarkey. Anyway, what gym are we at again?
Joe, we aren't at a gym, you idiot. We haven't even got our first encounter yet.
Donald, just let him be.
Things icing, by the way.
Out there somewhere. He will eventually come back to us, I hope.
Why did you even invite him over again? I wanted George, but you said 3 was too many. This is your fault.
Donald, you are acting childish, playing the blame game. Listen to yourself.
Oh, come on, Obama.
Hey guys, what are we playing today?
Oh my God, Joe got factory reset. Obama, he's your problem now. I'm done.
That's your little teaser. I was waiting for your peach. I'm glad people are seeing it. I saw this. It went pretty well. We're all jelly because our surname isn't Trump. But yeah, we have that on the gaming channel. Link is down in the description if you guys want to follow the President's Play series. They're going to be battling me on that channel to see who the viewers like better, which series they like better. If the viewers vote for me, the presidents will have to swallow their pride. If the people vote for the presidents, then they're going to run that channel. So, just saying. Something for you guys to go vote in over there. Because we got a puck out of play. Go presidents. Petco, maybe. Maybe. It all just depends on when we get back tonight. Oh, JFK joined the channel? He might. We'll see. We'll see. It all depends. Those videos are probably going to take a couple weeks to get out, if I'm being honest. Because I am doing this channel as well. This channel is still the priority. Because thank you guys again so much for everything that we have done. Because honestly, you guys are the ones that are making this channel what it is. And I want to reward you guys with more streams that we can do. But for sure, we will have that... that gaming channel is going to be like number 2. He's a lesser of 2 evils. I call BS on both sides. That was so good. Well, Cabby, if you want to check it out, link is down in the description. We have... I can't take long breaks with my job. I'm starting a new job. I don't know what I missed, but go Pens, baby. Oh, you missed a lot. It's been a long stream, Bisme. It's been a good stream, though. Flyers moving up into the offensive end. But yeah, it's down in the description. If you go down in the links in the description, you'll see... keep on scrolling, you'll eventually find me elsewhere, and then you'll see the gaming channel, and that is where you can go ahead and follow that series where the presidents will be playing Pokemon X and battling me on a randomizer Nuzlocke. So it'll be a fun series. But over to the near side, the Kings at the top of the zone, working with that puck, going across top of the zone with a chance. That's a new job. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's something for me where it's like I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. Ski 750. Hey, I appreciate it, Ron, and I appreciate it, bro. The goal is 1,000 by Stanley Cup Finals end. That is the goal. And a great chance by the Kings, but not able to connect. A nice save by Vladar. But yeah, so that's kind of the big goal. That's kind of the big goal. But yeah, I mean, that gaming channel's been a lot of fun to work on. So. 1K, let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, let's see. Let me take a look over on the gaming channel as well. It is the name of the channel for those who want to look it up. It is JasonsRealm Gaming. If anyone do be interested in that. We do have the link in the Discord server as well. But over to the near side, ready to roll. The LA Kings in a tie game 2-2 with the Flyers. We're going to connect me 5 hits in this game already. But it's an offensive zone draw for the Kings. Face off going to be won by the Flyers over to the near side, trying to flip it up. Yes, that is one of my favorite lines from the series so far. So down low to the near side, down back in behind the net, over to the far side. Tied up along the boards, moving it out the other way. Top of the zone, chance shot. Going to get redirected back in behind the net to the near side. Into the corner, down low. Back on into that corner, still tied up for that puck. One of my other favorite lines, by the way, is when Joe says that he has muddy water in his pants. Obama asks, what does that mean? And Trump gives a very descriptive. You know, he took a massive dump in his pants and it was in liquid form. It's another good one, another good line. Back in behind is going to be Drew Doughty from his defensive end, working with that puck. And ready to move it out of the defensive end to the near side. Into the offensive end they go. Back on into the corner behind the net. And it's going to be towards Juleson. Yes, I'm probably going to make that into a short as well. Just because, I'm going to take a couple of lines out of that and make a few shorts before the next video goes live. Just to kind of help keep the content going on that channel a little bit. The shorts, I don't want to say they're easy, but they are easier to make than the President's Play videos. I mean, it took me like 8 hours of editing to get that President's Play video together for a 20-minute video. In front shot! Not going to go. A nice redirect by the Flyers. That's what I miss about old Joe. He was a good meme. That is true. That is true. But we're still keeping the meme alive over there. The President's Play Pokemon X. Yeah, like it's great. It's great. I had honestly, that is the most fun I have had editing a video in a hot minute. Because it was just such a fun series to make, because you could literally just say whatever you wanted on that and just make comedy. So I have a few things I can make shorts of out of that video. But up on into the offensive end, gonna move it down low into the corner, tied up for that puck in the Kings offensive end. Oh man. But yeah. We'll see here. Top of the zone in the neutral zone go the Kings. That's gonna be CC. Nope, still in that second intermission in the Avs game, by the way. And back in behind the net towards the far side. Sanheim going to try and move it out for the Flyers. Penn State, 2 unanswered goals. Gavin McKenna and Aiden Fink getting goals to make it 3-2. Penn State over Michigan State. Oh, Michigan State made it 3-3. Never mind. They literally just made it 3-3. It was Charlie Stramel tying it up at 3-3. But either way. Center ice area, going to be moved into the Flyers offensive end. Giving chase is going to be into the corner. That is off of the stick of Hathaway. Trying to move it up the other way. Here comes your chance for the Kings if they can maintain a zone presence down into the corner. Backing around to the near side from behind the net. Working with it is Kuzmenko. Trying to send it back down low again. Tied up into the corner. Moving it around. Top of the zone, Doughty. Doughty with that puck down low again. Send a shot and an easy freeze. Not a lot of effort on that one by Vladar. On a shot that got redirected by Helenius. But yeah, I mean, that's a series that I'm looking forward to doing. It might take a year to get that whole series done. But it is a series that I had a lot of fun editing. And so far, from the early reception, it seems like you guys are liking it too from the early reception on that video. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting that series through because I love it. I mean, you know, literally having some of the best lines in there, like Trump being done when Biden forgets what game they're playing. You know, them fighting over the names. And Elon makes an appearance because Trump says one of the names sounds like Elon's kid. I mean, there's just so much you could do. You do a gaming video on stare at wet paint. Stare at wet paint simulator on Roblox. I think for now we're gonna keep it mostly Pokemon. Part of the channel was to kind of revisit my roots. That's some of the games I grew up with. But you know, I'm not opposed to it down the line. But I really kind of want to focus initially with Pokemon just because that was kind of where I That was one of the first games I really got into. Plus, I also want to play Legends ZA at one point because I actually never played PLZA, and I want to play it for the first time on a video series with you guys. So, or a stream series. So that's probably gonna be the next series I do after Pokemon X, is playing PLZA for the first time. Oh, Flyers lost a goal. Dang, Nabbit code. There goes the goal horn. No goal for the Flyers. No goal for the Flyers. Shut up. That's the thing. The APIs sometimes drop goals and re-add goals. Sometimes it glitches. But here we go. Man. So again, just taking a look here as we have some chime. Okay. Man. It's coming, Flyers will get another. We'll see. We'll see, Ron. Man, what? I'm saying at night, what if I hate the stream? Oh my gosh. If you hate the stream, then donate and make your voice heard. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Into the corner. Oh man, Speed's saying my wallet has a heartbeat. Well, hey, we'll see, bro. We'll see. Under 9 to go in this third period. Battling for that puck into the corner on the far side. Backing around towards the near. Going to be battled along the boards. Moving it up the other way is going to be the Flyers. Off the stick now of Dvorak. Moving around from Zegras to the near side. And going to be battled now in that near corner. Taken it now by York. Working with that puck over to the far side. Trying to find somewhere to go. Along the near side. Top of the zone. Going to get cleared out the other way. Giving chase is going to be Jamie Drysdale with that puck to the near side. Up on into the offensive zone. Off a York stick. And it's going to be Edmondson moving it up for the Kings. Tied up in the corner. And the Kings moving it out the other way. Here come the Kings into the offensive zone. Taylor Ward shot. Going to get redirected by York. To the far side. Battling for that puck. The Kings coming away with it on the far side. Boards off the stick of Byfield. And going to go to the top of the zone. Kings working with it. Sending it in. Shot going to get redirected. And it's going to be maintained. Kings another shot again. Goes loose. And a nice job by Vladar to save that puck and freeze it. Okay. Man. But yeah. Coffee time. It's Coke Zero time for me. It's Coke Zero. I mean, the voice gets a lot of use on these streams. I don't mind it. Now that I'm feeling better, I don't mind it. It just does take a lot. So we shall see. So we got a face off in the near side circle. Thank goodness Vladar saving our bacon. Yes, sir. I mean, it was really a chance. So 2-2. Yes, it is still 2-2, John. It is still 2-2. With 7:36 to go in the third period, 18 shots for the Flyers, 17 for the Kings. And here we go. Moving it around the near side, down low, gonna move it out and cleared out by the Flyers. And a race down for that puck, no icing. Kings coming away with it to the near side, along the near side boards. And up on through center, trying to maintain it off of the stick of Byfield to the offensive end. They go to the near side. I have no clue what a Flyer is, bro. Oh, it's those little red wagons? Oh, man. So the Kings moving it back up through neutral ice. Into the offensive end they go. Backing around to the near side, Lissarainen. And ready to roll. So, in the defensive end, the Kings with that puck. Moving it up now into the neutral zone they go. Trying to dump it up into the offensive end. Backing around to the far side. And the Flyers taking it back, going the other way through neutral ice. Intercepted by the Kings. Sending it back the other way, but the Flyers pushing it into the offensive end, and LA going to come away with it with Malott. Over to the near side. Into the offensive end they go. Battling for that possession, going back up the other way. And going to be taken in by the Flyers to the offensive end of the near side. Off of the stick of Konechny. To the top of the zone. Shot by York. Not going to go. York on a rebound chance. What a save by Darcy Kemper. What a save by Kemper. Man. Well, I gotta say it again. If you guys are enjoying the stream, man, we are only one sub away from this minor goal. It'd be pretty cool if we could hit it. So drop a like, drop a sub down below the stream. It is greatly appreciated. Also, if you enjoyed that little snippet we showed from the gaming channel, go to the description, drop a sub down there as well. It's always greatly appreciated, bro. As we are trying to get that channel off the ground and hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of Stanley Cup Finals on this channel. Which would be, like, really cool. This is... Do you think the Penguins get it today? I think they do. I think they do, Noah. Oh, no, that was the go-ahead goal. Uh-oh. Over to the near side. That was the chance at the go-ahead goal. Taken away. But to the near side along the boards. Tied up to the top of the zone. Gets cleared out. And battling for that puck, the Kings passing it through. Going to be taken away by the Flyers. We got Noah saying, let's go Kings. Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. Pens Nation in solidarity with LA. Ready to roll to the near side. The Kings going to try and move it back to Doughty. Doughty over to the far side. And I think the Kings are like my second favorite team that I want to win the cup this year. Well, third, because Edmonton second, because I spent 4 years in Fort Wayne, Indiana, watching the Fort Wayne Comets. Well, let's see. They have been offensively challenged. And a nice save by Vladar there. John going with Philly today. But yeah, I mean, the Kings are like my third favorite team because, like, Anze Kopitar and Drew Doughty, man, get those boys another ring before they retire. And there could have been a tripping call. Not going to call a trip, though. So that's going to even out the call from the end of the second period to the near side. Moving it up to the offensive end. Zegras passing across. Shot. Nice save by Kemper. Hey, beautiful chance by Couturier. But not able to connect. Time is running out, but the Flyers are going to score before time runs out. We'll see. Always ask when getting hungry. Ideas. I have no friends. Well, wings. Pizza. I wouldn't mind seeing the Edmund Chuck Oilers win it all. I mean, the thing is, I'm a Penguins fan first and foremost. We got Nissan's hands up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love. Always appreciate it. And we did hit that minor goal, so the next minor goal is now 7:15. Be pretty awesome if we can make a little progress to that. Who's going to win? It really feels like it's anyone's game right now. The Kings have been struggling to generate opportunities, but if they can get back to playing hockey like they did the first half of the first period, then they're going to win this game. The Kings dominated the first 10 minutes of this hockey game. Then the Flyers kind of evened it out. The Flyers took control in the second period a bit more, and then it's been kind of evened out this period. So, but yeah. I mean, the thing is that I'm a Penguins fan first and foremost, because, you know, Pittsburgh born and raised, baby. Let's go Penguins. Penguins go Stanley Cup. Pens go Super Bowl, too. But either way. Then my second favorite team is the Oilers because, well, I spent 4 years out in Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, going to the games of the Fort Wayne Comets, who feed into the system for the Oilers through the Condors. So I got to kind of support them. They're like my second hometown team, so to speak. And then if it's none of those two, I like the Kings because Anze Kopitar, Drew Doughty, them boys have been incredible. I just like them as players. Get them another ring. Get them another ring before they retire. So, the Kings will probably drop once Kopitar and Doughty retire, but still. That's kind of, you know. Okay. Let us see. I think Kings are a money team, like Vegas overpaid and don't take their job seriously. That is true. That is true. I just want to see Kopitar and Doughty get another ring. U-Tree shout out, yes sir. Penguins go Stanley Cup. Although I take the injured to the next level. No shade to U-Tree, but I kind of take the injured my own way. Oh, do we have a Malkin update? Let me see. Let me see. So over to the near side. Let's see. Malkin's warming up, which is good. Looks like Evgeny Malkin will play despite Kevin Hayes taking the warm-up. Projected lineup for the Penguins officially releasing. A change for the Flyers denied, and Gino is playing. Evgeny Malkin! Oh my gosh. Did you guys see my Steeler fan reaction to the 2025-26 NFL season, man? A nice chance by the Kings denied. But I literally lead that. The cold open on that is literally Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, guide us now a Super Bowl! Well, yeah, it is. Malkin will be playing today. But yeah, it's a great... I've been having a lot of fun with those reaction videos, too. Problem is that with the new job, it's going to be a little tough making them all the time. And even with the streaming in general, it's a little bit tough whenever I have a game after a Penguins game. But here we go. Doughty back in behind his own net. 3:15 to go in regulation here. 21 shots for the Flyers, 18 for the Kings. Ready to move it up into the offensive end. Trying to take it in. Down low. Shot by Fiala. Not going to go. Along the boards here towards that near side. Back down low again. And over to the far side. Taken out by York. Along the boards. Tied up for that puck. Under 3 to play. The Flyers kick it out of the zone. But back to Doughty in the defensive end. Moving out the other way through neutral ice to the near side of the offensive end. Anze Kopitar with a chance. A shot. Gonna go wide of the net to the near side. Down low. Off of the stick there of Trevor Moore. Battling behind the net is Moore to the far side. Loose puck. Loose puck going to be taken out by the Flyers. Up through center. Taken back by the Kings. So the near side into the offensive end. And it's going to be a Kings icing. Yeah, it is official. Evgeny Malkin is going to be playing today. The Pens released a projected lineup 9 minutes ago, and they are keeping Malkin in the projected lines, so he will play. That is good. That is amazing to see. All right. Let me see. What are you watching the game on? It's behind. So every time I'm watching the game, it's always behind. I always end up... The games always are behind on this TV, but I'm on ESPN Plus. On the Flyers broadcast. Over to the near side. That's the thing is I don't have access to this game normally without ESPN Plus, so... There you go. Top of the zone. Going to be sent in by Travis Sanheim. And it's going to be... Puck is... or it's whistled dead. Okay. And Red Wings can't manage any offense right now, so Artemi Panarin might be the thing for them. We shall see. But here we go. Ready to roll. To the near side. Into the corner down low. Travis Sanheim passing across behind the net to the far side along the boards. Moving it out the other way. Now through center. Here come the Flyers. And sending it down low, back in behind the net to the far side, battling for that puck. Edmondson in there for the Kings, and LA comes away with it, wing to the near side. Up through center, LaFerriere into the offensive end, trying to work around York, not able to do so. Taken back by Sanheim and the Flyers, going up the other way, over to the far side. Into the corner, back in behind the net now to the near side, behind the net of Kemper. The Kings with that puck. Going to go from Clark, cross ice, back down to Clark. Clark going to pass it up. And into the offensive end, taken back by the Flyers. Moving it up through center. Here comes your chance, but the Kings able to take it away by Drew Doughty. And going to clear it up through center. No icing. They waved it off. So back in behind the net. There goes Sanheim with that puck. Under a minute to go here in this third period. Ready to roll wing to wing from Drysdale up through center. Passing it into the offensive end. A chance back in behind the net. Going to be iced by the Flyers with 52.6 to go. All right. I think it's time. Don't mind me. I need to change the camera. I need to get a second camera is what I need to do. But it is time. Those who have been around for a few streams, you know what time it is. It is standing time in this game Ready to roll. 52.1 to go here, or 52.6. Big finish in this game coming up. Let's move this up. And move this up. There we go. It is standing time, boys. So up at the top of the zone, battling for that puck, the LA Kings going to lose it, taken back by the Flyers, but the Kings get it back in the defensive end. Working with that puck, over to the near side, into the offensive end, back in the corner down low with a chance. Puck going to be battled for, taken back off of the near side, more to the top of the zone, goes across loose to the far side, taken back by Bobby Brink, and the Flyers clear the zone, but the Kings will get it back with 30 ticks to go. Ready to roll. It's high knees time, boys. It's high knees. Up through center, here come the Kings into the offensive end with a chance. And it's going to be offside. It's high knees! Now we're really just stealing your true stuff. But yeah, it is time to stand. We always do this in close games. Look at the Devils and Knights game. Look at the game. Actually, the last stream we did. We were in the same situation. 2 nights ago on Thursday night. Over to the near side. Kings taking into the defensive end. 11 ticks to go in regulation. Over to the far side. Still 2-2 game. 21 shots for the Flyers. 20 for the Kings. To the near side. Corey Perry not able to do much passing in front. Chance. But they can't get a shot off. And that is how regulation is going to end. With a score. The LA Kings 2. The Philadelphia Flyers, 2. And we got some bonus hockey today to be played here in Philly. Son of a gun. We have to leave at 4, and I want to shower before we leave. I'm going to have to do without a shower. I just keep the angle, standing angle always. Problem is, if I sit in the standing angle, look at how much dead space. Look at how much dead space is above me. That just does not feel right. You know what I mean? That doesn't feel right. I want to take up a good chunk of the frame. Flyers Orange Crush, yes sir, yes sir. Take a look at our people in the chat. If you guys are ready for this overtime, man, drop a like, drop a sub below the stream. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs before the Stanley Cup trophy is handed out. So, we want to get it before the Stanley Cup is handed out. We want to get 1,000 subs. So here we go. We're ready here for overtime. Who do you guys think is going to win? We got 45 votes. I don't know why I was saying votes. 45 votes in the chat. 62% Ian's going for the LA freaking Kings. 38% for the Flyers. Angle flag is not dead space. Right, I know it's not like dead space because there's something there, but like, look at how much room is above my head that can be used by me. That's why I have the angle lower normally. Take care of your business, Jason. If you want to shower, do it. Yeah, well, the thing is that my mom is being, she's, wants to really get out at 4. So, if I don't shower before, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I'm not, I'm not filthy. I was thinking about doing it. If I don't get a chance to, oh well, I just shower tonight. I'll be good. Angry Rams like, oh my gosh, John. Oh my gosh. So here we go, in overtime, 4-7 the Kings are, 2-6 are the Flyers in extra time this season. A big, big game. Both of these teams getting a point. So this is a win for the Kings. Even if the Kings drop the game, this is a win for LA. But you want to get the full 2. House flag would also be dead space? Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, my priority right now is to finish this game out with you guys. So here we go. Dvorak, Konechny, and Sanheim out there for the Flyers. Taking the draw here for the Kings is going to be off of the stick of Byfield. Doughty, the defenseman, and on the far side, I believe that's Adrian Kempe. Byfield gets booted, so now I believe it's going to be Kempe taking the draw here in overtime. Ready to roll. Flyers with a long grind, but LA for the Shock and Leprechauns. So the Kings win the draw. Back on into the defensive end they go. That's 5 wings 4 with 12 minutes left in the game. What? That's not right. 5-0. Unfortunately. They got 2 goals. Oh my gosh. But here we go. The Kings up through center into the offensive end with a chance. Trying to move it in. And going to have to take it back to the defensive end. Moving back. Trying to create some room. Wing to wing pass in the defensive end. Over to the near side. That's going to be off of the stick of Dowdy, across behind the net to the far side. In there for the Flyers, trying to take it away. Going to be off of the stick of Konechny, but the Flyers not able to control it. Kempe going to take it back into the defensive end, racing for that puck. Konechny playing very aggressive there, trying to get that puck over to the near side. Byfield with that puck, up in the offensive end, looking to move it. Trying to take it back a little bit, going to pass back to the defensive end. Going for a little bit of a change. Flyers fans getting restless because the Kings have had this puck for the whole minute of overtime so far, and they have not had an offensive rush yet. But here comes a chance. Laferriere with the puck in the offensive end. Going to pass it across. Going to take it to the near side. Going to be off the stick. Fiala moving it down low with a chance. Back in behind the net to the far side. Trying to connect towards the top of the zone. Going to have to take it back to the neutral zone. To the near side, off the stick of Clark, down low, Brandt Clark looking to move it in front of the net, shot, not going to go, puck goes high in the air, puck going to be wrestled back by Laferriere, back up to the near side, top of the zone, that was a big miscue, here comes the Flyers on a breakaway, Konechny with a chance, out on a breakaway, he shoots, he scores! Wait, no, he was denied. I thought he scored, Laferriere into the offensive end. Even the graphics thought they scored. Even the fans thought, everybody thought he scored. But the Kings still have it. They said no goal. Wow. I want to see a replay on that. So over to the far side, moving it now for the Kings. Over to the near side, working with it now. And now the Kings with it back in the neutral zone. They said no goal. I thought that hit the back of the net. I thought that hit the back of the net for sure. I want to see a replay on that. Did it like bonk off? It might have bonked off the post and came out, but I thought that was a pure goal. Now if the Kings win, it's going to be a big controversy. The fans are still groaning. Into the offensive end go the Kings. You know if the Kings win this, they're going to get a big boo, a big booing ovation. So here we go. Near side, going to go towards Dowdy, maintaining it back, taking it into the neutral zone. Over to the far side, the Kings incredibly good on the puck control. Down low to the far side, shot, he scores! And the Kings win it. Here comes the big wave of boos. It's going to be off the goal, going to be Quentin Byfield. Yeah, I mean, even the broadcast said goal. The broadcast put on the Flyers win graphic because they thought they got the game-winning goal. I want to see that replay again. I hope they show it because that was crazy. Yeah, here's the replay. Let me take a look here. It was a goal. Let me see here.
As Konechny tries to get Kemper to move ever so slightly to his right and then put it off the post.
Oh, it might have been off the post. Hold on. Let me go into X and look up Konechny.
That is a perfect shot. I can tell you how difficult to save this is with that left-hand shot. He had a little drag.
Konechny. Latest.
The Kings get the extra here this afternoon. Dowdy.
Oh, he hit the post. It was square on the post. I don't know. Let me replay the goal horn. We're gonna replay it for the Flyers here, or for the Kings. The Kings horn was the one that wasn't working today. So let's replay the Kings horn for their win. There we go. Go see the Penguins game. I would love to, but unfortunately I can't. I have to get ready. I have to get organized because I am going to need to leave at around 4 p.m. Me and the family are going to be going out to an event. So as much as I would love to, I unfortunately can't stream coverage of that game. But yeah, no, it did hit the post. He hit the post square. That is, oh my gosh. That was crazy. It don't get crazier than that on a finish, man. It don't get crazier than that. You think you have the goal, and it actually went square off the post. Wow. But that being said, I do think I am going to wrap up this stream here out of that. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like, drop a sub. It's always greatly appreciated. Tomorrow, we'll be live again tomorrow for sure. Let me double check the streaming schedule for tomorrow real quick. We'll be live tomorrow for these LA Kings again at the Carolina Hurricanes. So we got a Kings audience here. If y'all are looking for the Kings coverage, drop a sub, ring the bell. We'll be live tomorrow at 3 p.m. for their game against the Canes. And then we'll be live for the Stadium Series game between the Bruins and the Bolts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern as well. Then we'll be live again on Monday for Senators and Penguins, and then on Wednesday for Habs against the Jets. So we got a pretty good streaming schedule coming up, if I do say so myself. Let's see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Pete. Yes, sir, Speed. Flyers can get no bounce. Yeah, Flyers can get bounce. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy, man. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Much love to every single one of you who've taken time out of your day to come by here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, John. It is shower time. So with that, I will catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one, everybody. Let's see. See you, Cappy. See you, John. See you, Speed.